So just as I start the broadcast, we lose a person. That's amazing. And she's
Sorry
back.
about that.
All right. Just as I start, you guys, yes. Everyone went up a refresh, as Steph said. I'll let Steph continue.
Do we also go up a skill point?
Yes.
Okay, so we're at 25 skill points then?
Yes. You hit a major... Yeah.
Okay, I'm trying to keep track.
You hit a major milestone, which was the defeat of Jensen Sunsnow.
Fuck.
I'm going to put defeat in scare quotes because
he's almost certainly not dead. As you
no, we've definitely beaten him. We'll never see. I know how Dresden works, damn it.
Your father has been defeated. Air quotes, sarcasm.
congratulate him on being the new Lord of Autumn. Also,
congratulations, your life sucks now.
His response is, "I'm not sure I want to be king, but I'm not sure it's optional."
Also good response.
It is a role-playing game. You can choose to refuse it. That always works well, right? I need to decide what aspect I want to use.
No, I have that we should only be at 24. Patrick, you're saying that we're at 25?
Well, I had 24 as of the significant milestone 2 games ago. That's where my notes stop.
Right.
So, +1 to that's 25.
I am fine with saying everyone should have 25 right now because I believe 6 refresh and 25 is an actual level of things.
Oh, has the skill cap gone up?
No.
Damn.
So, wait, the base refresh was 6, so it goes up to 7 now.
Yep.
Sweet. I have 5 to start with. Meaning I can pick up skills like crazy. Yes. That's the best choice. Alright. I just need to decide what I want to change one of my aspects out for, because I've got a couple ideas. I'm deciding I want to make my character more pacifistic or not, because he's not much of a fighter. I gotta think about this.
Oh wow, I only have 21 points allotted.
So I only have 23 points allotted.
So we're at 25?
Yeah, 25.
Okay. But we still can't have any superb skills, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep,
Again,
only up to 4.
I may be wrong, because, as we all know, math is my best subject, yeah.
Haha.
I suck at math. What aspect should I swap out? Fuck. Well, I know what aspect I'm
the aspect good at math.
I've got
when
like
it comes
5.
up, that'll be one.
You know, I might make a character who has that as a starting aspect. Or the math magician or something, I don't know. Something really cheesy. But I could swap that out.
I thought this character was supposed to be cheesy. Tish.
14,
Oh.
17.
That hurt.
21, 25.
You can math gooder.
Yeah, I've currently got 25 skill points, so 25 is probably the number.
Okay then. I can't math good. Or English speak. Well. Maybe. What should I swap Rat-Faced Coward for?
Rat-Faced Hero.
Yeah, but I want to actually earn that. And besides,
In League with the Dragon.
Yeah. Ooh, I was considering something like that.
Go with in League with the Dragon, because that could have a lot of benefits, and also a lot more situations where you get chips.
I could see that having a lot of negatives too, because his enemies.
This also actually does just secure a. This does just sort of secure that you are in good terms with the dragon. Until you note that down with an aspect or something like that, you will not really receive any real mechanical benefit.
The dragon is my sugar daddy.
It's not wrong.
It's not inaccurate.
Admittedly, he could also go in bed with the dragon. I mean,
Huh?
Nice. So
Or I could run to Wendy's really fast.
let's see.
It's also an option.
Would it be in league with the Dragon of Chinatown, or just in league with a dragon, or?
Are there any other dragons in New York?
well, he has a name, and you should be able to look at it if you're on roll 20.
Oh, I have like 7 windows open. Sorry.
So, refresh my memory. I have to make sure that none of my
Tatsuo.
higher numbers have more in them than my lower numbers. Is that right?
Yes.
Is equal okay? Like a
Equal
Up a
is
step?
perfectly fine.
okay.
Equal is perfectly fine. You can build a pyramid or you can build a tower. You just can't build an inverted pyramid.
There are a high number of users in your video chat call. Yeah. Oh, fuck. I forgot. Messing with skills is a pain as a wear form. Or, you know what I mean. You have to level up 2 trees at once. It makes your brain confused. If you're me, anyway.
You must be easily confused.
You have no idea. I can memorize the rules, but my mind just...
Not very good at God damn it. Multitasking.
I'm leveled.
I'm not amazing when it comes to multitasking, no. But I'll throw a point into that and give myself +1 alertness.
Extra alertness is always good.
Oh, yeah. So, it's 1 and 2 would be... Yeah.
It's 25.
Being a support character is interesting. I kind of actually like it more than being a direct combat character in this system.
Yeah, this system does really value getting the support up in there, because if you have one guy who's the striker and everyone else who's just adding aspects, that striker can land some hugely devastating blows.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Like, you can turn 4 minuses into an amazing attack if you do it right. Because everyone says, dude, use your last damn chip, reroll that shit. We'll throw every aspect we've made at you.
Unless you're me. Then you re-roll 3 minuses twice.
I know. I don't like rerolling when I get more than, like, when I have 2 minuses. It's like, good enough, good enough. Because statistically, it's a 6-sided
If you got
die.
-2 on the dice, if you got -2 on the dice, it's just better to tag for +2.
It really is. Let's see. Survival, deceit.
Well, admittedly, I did get the second worst possible outcome 3 times in a row.
Yeah. It happens. Like, I have seen people throw a 1. Whoop. Sorry about that. Fuck, what did I just erase? Oh.
I'd like to do some of the, except they're not real dice. But yeah, I'm sure you guys have seen those dice shaming pictures floating around social media.
Dice shaving? Oh.
Dice shaming, yeah. Which is like,
Yeah.
I made my owner do something. Horrible. Because I
killed
rolled
I've seen those. A lot of them wind up in puddles because someone took a
I
blow
have not
twist.
seen those.
They're pretty funny. I rolled a 1 5 times in a row and got my entire party killed. Like, a total party wipe's not the most common, but it does happen. Oh, God. What do I need to increase? No. I can use driving there, I guess. And I can't really have guns as a rat form.
No, not really.
Well, admittedly, you can have guns, but you
Just
can't like, fire them.
I can understand how guns work as a rat,
Yeah.
which
Admittedly, being a rat can't boost your gun knowledge, because that makes no sense. But
Um,
Can I argue that?
Sorry, hold on.
Oh, I was gonna ask. Can I argue that I can have intimidation as a rat?
Yeah.
I've seen those guys get really scary. Granted.
In fact, intimidation is one of the stats that could go up as a rat.
Yeah, that was my thinking, because my sister has, well, my sister and her whole family, I guess, they have a rat that I was terrified of. Old rat, like really old for a rat. Like almost into old for a dog age. That thing was mean. I stayed as far away from it as I could. Well, I'm not afraid of dogs. I'm afraid of rats. Alright, I'll go ahead and do. I'll go ahead and update on I can't English. There, save.
Then Dutch. Damn it.
Wait, I think that's Danish. No, wait. North? No. Newfoundland dialect? No. Ah! Is it? Hans? Is that Dutch? No. Wait, yes. No. Damn it, I know a song in Dutch, I think. Wait. Copenhagen. They speak Dutch in Denmark, or they speak Danish?
Copenhagen.
Fuck, there's so many languages. This is why I take the linguist trait whenever I can in every game. It's surprisingly useful. Ugh. No, Copenhagen is Denmark, and the languages of Denmark are. Fuck if I know, man. Oh no, they do speak Danish. I'm a complete moron.
Yeah.
Awesome. I thought it was like Denmark, Danish. I thought it was another country. Okay, so Kolinghas is all in. Okay. Danish song.
Okay.
Oh, it's Danish and Faroese. I didn't know that. That's cool. Or Faroese, how you fucking say it. I apologize, I get distracted. It's usually why I mute myself. Because I mumble. Oh shit, did things actually work out for Catherine?
Who's Catherine?
Eddie's girlfriend.
Baby mama.
Oh,
No.
the girl he totally knocked up. All right.
Why do we keep insisting that?
Why do you think?
Played it with Brandon before.
He said that the exact second I took a sip. How the hell do you do that?
Luck.
Timing.
Connor, are you a wizard?
Maybe.
Oh god. That explains everything. Excuse me.
Everything, including my dislike for magic classes. I always play a fighter. Always.
Even when you play a mage, they're a muscle mage.
Yep. Either a sword mage or a muscle wizard. Muscle wizards. Fucking ridiculous.
They require such high stats to be played amazingly well, but damn it.
Yeah.
When they are played well, they're freaking cool. Oh, there it is. Damn it. I got that song stuck in my head. Where are you, Roll20? Where are you? I have too many windows open. There we go. Oh, how did the whole assault go?
Pretty good.
Entire shit show. He nearly lost his daughter.
I don't think considered. And then pulling out the point. Yeah.
He had to cheat on Riley in order to save his daughter.
Oh, that's bullshit, and you know it.
I'm enjoying the show.
That's how the history books will remember it.
I thought that they only succeeded because the jam was tired and ready to go to bed.
What? Is this true? That's very interesting.
I can hear him laughing.
I mean, like, it took forever for you guys to defeat the easy people. I don't know what's going on.
I distinctly remember the question after defeating the children of maybe it would be a good idea to wait until next week when you have more people here.
People have yeah, I'm not even gonna try to talk English today. Ugh. So I got Svenska. Wait, no, that's not right. Fuck. My Swedish is terrible. I forgot how do you speak Swedish? Fuck. I give up. Man.
To be fair, the Swedish aren't very good at Swedish. Actually, I suppose you need context to get that joke. Hold on a second, I'll find the video.
You're not just gonna call it a Swedish chef video, are you?
No.
Because honestly, I wouldn't put it past you, and honestly, I'd probably laugh. And honestly, I'd probably do the same thing. Like, I know this guy who speaks Swedish really well.
Maybe it is.
Wait a minute. I just combined Japanese and Swedish.
Where is that video?
I've gone crazy. tried to respond in the chat in the Google Hangout call. God damn it. Stupid video screen. Confuses me so. I'm minimizing this window a bit. There we go.
Ah, this is it. This is it. Ah, yes, it is. All right. Let's be fair, this is Danish, not Swedish. Still funny, though.
Yeah. Yo,
Put in the chat.
I will look. Perhaps. Danish people will play it. Okay, that's pretty funny. Wait. No, I didn't close Roll20. Okay. That was pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. And that is adorable.
So, is everyone adjusting their characters?
Done.
And
You are.
Yeah, I think I am done. Oh, and I need another chip to account for the adjusted refresh.
Oh yeah, you have the
Not all of us have 9 chips to throw around.
I'm actually probably gonna buy a power later. I don't know which one yet.
I got assigned a power, so I'm a little lower and refresh than I normally would be.
Yeah. I was trying to remember. There was something I wanted to take, but I can't remember what it was for the life of me.
Work by power.
Inhuman strength.
Oh, yes. Actually, I was considering inhuman speed or inhuman strength. Just because they're really freaking useful powers. I'm afraid of mark by power. I mean, although, shit, could I be like, ooh, what would that entail?
Hey, no, that lost connection.
That sucks. Dude, so, I gotta think about that. That's cool. Right. Let's see. Ooh. Oh, that's awesome. I wish rats could do that.
Which French can do what?
I keep forgetting Creature Features has neat shit that you can take a few things from. Sadly, I cannot take Spider Walk, as amazing as that would be. Why is that rat on the ceiling? He's really quiet. There's neat stuff. Echoes of the Beast, have it. Looking size, no. Damn, there's so much you can do with these guys. Excuse me. Toughness would be pretty good. Never powers. Ah, there it is. Ooh. I gotta think about this. I could also just take some human skills, powers. I'm just looking at a bunch of the powers going, ooh, these are shiny. Domination, insight, emotion, psychometry. I just got like a million ideas for new characters.
So, Patrick, are you the only one who's still looking at character stuff? Or we lost.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm done.
Sarah. Oh, okay.
We
Damn
just
it.
lost Sarah. I apologize. I'm just looking at things. Just ideas. Every now and then I like to just look at the rule book. There's neat stuff. Anyway. I'll just look later, because there's a lot of cool stuff in here.
Welcome back, Sarah.
Hello.
So, I thought Patrick was making something, so I was delaying a little bit. But if he's not, then we're continuing. So, who would like to explain what happened last game?
I'd volunteer, but I can't.
I know. I'm waiting for someone else. Thank you, Connor, for volunteering.
All right. What happened last game? You started the assault on the castle. Let's see. Portal led into the dining hall, I think. Yep. Yeah. Ragnar split off with his men and the fairies who he brought to rescue the Summer Knight and the wolves, while the rest of us, namely the party members, Rose and, was it Aki?
Yes.
We all went up the spire to subdue the children and take down the king. The fight with the children lasted, I guess, longer than Brandon expected, probably due to the fact that we were outnumbered 2-1, at least. And it ended up going well into the night. I split off a piece of my mantle and gave it to Rose, so that Black Rose, so that she could grow wings and fly up and save my daughter from falling into a black hole. Children were subdued. King opened up the door to his study. We looked at, and we could see that Shay was like half painted away. And at that point, Brian and the wolves charged through the door behind us and kicked the ever-loving shit out of, was it Jensen?
Yep.
Yeah. Kicked the ever-loving shit out of him until he tried to cast a spell, blew up, and apparently flew into the black hole. To be defeated forever? Probably not.
So there's just a spontaneous black hole.
Entropy. The black hole is entropy.
Okay, fair enough. That actually makes some sense to me.
Yeah.
No further questions.
All right.
You know, there was a hell of a lot more to this place than we thought at first.
Yeah, it's almost like giving it to someone who's somewhat dangerous is probably not the smartest idea.
There was talk of trying to stop it up. That proved to be undoable.
Hold on. I have to go for a second. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Okay.
But yeah, everyone has arrived back in the world. After this, what do you all do?
I need a fate chip.
All right, 1 second. Where do we go? Anyone else need fate chips? Here you go, Sean. Take a fate chip.
I need one.
Here you go, Eddie. Take a fate chip. Parvis, did you change your stuff in the little box below?
Yes.
That's good.
Because I was trying to figure out how to do that, and I tried double-clicking. I love how it's always the solution you think of last. That's usually the easiest. That's what I meant to say.
So, Parvis,
Yes.
you are waiting outside. I'm assuming you all go back through the way you came.
Yep.
Sounds good.
I mean, I have my own headcanon for
Well, my work here is done. Hey, that means I'm not stuck with the summer anymore, right? Right?
Nope, that's not how it works.
Right.
You have my condolences.
That's how it works. Okay, so I'm not part of summer anymore. Sweet.
You're welcome.
The burn on your arm throbs.
No. Go away. Leave me alone. So what happened with the Lady of Summer that was being painted and or unpainted?
Jensen was trapping her soul inside of a canvas.
I see. Has she recovered, or is she stuck?
No,
She's going to recover. All right.
Okay.
she's going. Yeah, she's going to recover.
All the kids got taken away, which means you don't have your daughter back yet. But they're working on it.
She is safe. That's what's important.
Somehow, I don't think Riley is going to appreciate that very much. Well, I don't know. Depends on what kind of person she is. Maybe somewhat.
So, are they going to fix the fact that she's older now?
Hopefully. That's why I've entrusted Summer with the task.
I mean, I'm no expert, but I feel like the New York school system is going to have an issue if, all of a sudden your daughter comes back to school and she's, 10 years older.
I have an issue with her being
Yeah.
10 years older, but
I think it's time to fake her death.
That's a great way of doing it. But no, I was going to say, I hope Summer can do something, but my mind is time always flows forward. Except for that one wizard or witch, technically, who can make it not flow forward.
the thing is, time in the castle is different from time here, which is why there might be a sort of rubber band effect.
It's clutching at straws, but it's something, right?
Hey, sorry.
Welcome back. So they appear through the portal with several other people. None of them are children.
Now, normally, Sean, I keep my mouth shut, but you're full of shit, and I don't think you know what you're talking about.
It's not going to be fucking immediate. Also, how would you know? I still have far more experience in this than you do.
Because I know bullshit when I hear it.
Yeah, well, I know fucking time magic when I see it. Too much experience with that.
Time magic. Fucking.
Kitlin, I love you. I don't know, have a chip. For the I know fucking bullshit when I see it.
Well, for what it's worth, this is fucking bullshit anyways. This whole situation is bullshit.
Not wrong.
I'm gonna go find Riley and talk with her about what happened in the castle.
Alright. So, Maddie! You're there. Caitlin walks out. Everyone else walks out. Parvis is there.
Hello.
They've been gone for like a second. Like, literally, they walked into the portal, like, the portal is a blur. You can't see through it. And they come back out of the portal with a whole bunch of people. Like that.
Yeah, probably about like 5 seconds later.
And then he has a bunch of bandages.
We were in there for a while.
Shauna has a beard. Eddie's hair is now massive. Or,
It was already massive.
that's what
Oh,
I
yeah,
said.
Eddie looks seriously injured.
Yep, his face is all wrapped up.
He'll be
Both of
fine.
his arms.
Holy crap, what happened to you guys in a few seconds?
Where? I just had
We
a
stormed
curiosity.
the castle.
where was I like in all this?
I'm guessing that you stayed at the bar. Like, 1 second, guys, I'll be right behind you. And they walk through the portal, and then it's done. Because time is moving so fast there, basically.
Fucking entropy. Can do weird shit.
Like, I would assume that maybe you and Vernon spent some time sitting around there tending to the injured people, making sure that they were okay. Probably Parvis was assisting you. Like, we'll be along in a second, guys. But...
Right. Well, he was also terrified in the fight, so I'm certain he's like... Someone just says, hey, can you help with it? He's like, yeah, okay. Not hard to make him too much.
I mean, are you guys okay with that, or would you want to have gone through and have gone downstairs and rescued the summer wolves? Because that is another option.
I feel like with my character's situation, that maybe it would be better for the story if I went and did something with the power that I'm borrowing.
All right.
If that makes sense.
Okay. So, Parvis, would you have gone also?
Well, my whole headcanon is, and it ties into the fact that he got so many chips for his, cowardice, just terror. He sort of just falls to the ground, and after the fight ends...
Turns into a rat and goes and hides in a corner?
He just sort of, slinks off and shrinks down and grows into a ball and hides in a corner, yeah, basically.
Right. So, Maddie, you crossed in with everyone else. It's at this time that Sean separated everyone into 2 groups. You got put in Group B, which was to go and rescue the Knights of Summer.
Summer wolves.
Summer wolves, yes. Rognar led you downstairs towards the chamber. You hear him arguing with a few guards. Admittedly, these are his. He has explained that they are technically his men, but
he switched sides, and they may not have.
Yeah. What are you doing? You're somewhat hidden.
Oh, you want me to play this out now? Even though it already happened.
Yeah, I'm playing a little bit out right now. It's not gonna be anything major, but I want to know what you would do and things like that. So we have.
Okay. Well, if he's trying to talk the guards down, and I'm infused with summer power, I'd probably try to make myself inconspicuous, if at all possible.
All right, so you just kind of hide. A short fight breaks out. He knocks 2 of them unconscious and asks you to come and help drag him away.
Okay. Well, if a fight broke out, I would come and help.
All right. So yeah, you pop out. You summer fire roast one of them or something. Or do you want to do that, or would you do something else?
I'd probably use my ability to make myself and Ragnar stronger and faster, that kind of thing, rather than set someone on fire.
All right. So you grant him. You see plants start growing around you as you cast the energy, cast the spell, and as you cast the spell, you feel the ground start to shake. The ground does not. It's something about here does not like this.
Doesn't like the intrusion of the plants, or doesn't like summer magic being here?
Possibly both.
Okay.
All right, so you continue walking down there. So you are confronted with a room with several people who are being chained up, on the walls. Ragnar is going around trying to find the key, but it's taking time, and he doesn't think he would have any. Are you going to try to burn the locks off with your magic?
Yes.
All right.
Or if I can't use magic to open them by less violent means.
No, you would have to. There is. You really only have violent means magic or the boost people magic right now.
Okay.
Because everything evocation is violent means, or most things evocation is violent means, but.
Well, yeah, because evocation is sort of elemental, but it's not. Is it capable of finesse things, like, causing a burst of air to move the mechanisms inside the lock, so that kind of thing? Like, it's not specific enough.
You really control fire right now is the only real element you have, unless you're going to spend shifts.
Okay, fair enough. I'll try to melt them.
Yeah, that sort of thing is also actually rather difficult to do. You need to get relatively high discipline rolls in order for that kind of controlled action.
Yeah, that is true. Anyway, so you walk. So you're able to burst some of the locks off. You've burned some of the people, but it's good, and they're able to arrive sooner, so that the cavalry comes when as soon as you walk up there, and you hear some like someone saying some really grandiose speech that is just way overblown and over the top, and then someone else talks, and they're even more of a pompous dickbag, and and as you get in the room, you can't tell who is who, but it seems to be the two people having a showdown are what's his name, Jensen and Sean. Both kind of grandstanding each other, talking back and forth, as you come in with the army.
Yes, my distraction worked.
And then he
never stopped the monologue.
Then he gets dogpiled. And then he tries to do a spell. Would you like to try to counter his spell?
I had this sort of thought. I don't know if it would work within the material of the game, but I kind of wanted to try to cause a warm summer rain kind of thing. That was just bolstering everyone a little bit, and maybe that could fuck with it, the presence of summer magic or something.
That would be beautiful if you had water or air.
Okay. She didn't give me that. She just gave me fire.
No, well, she can't. She gave you summer.
Okay.
Which summer most elementally appears as fire. Winter usually appears as cold fire. Or ice. Winter. Yeah, winter appears as cold as ice. But you can combine, if you have other elements, which you'll get. Okay. You can combine them with fire to create a warm summer. To create a warm summer rain that does things with biomancy effects.
Right. How about light instead of the mechanics of that then?
I am sorry. You can do the effect of just boosting everyone in the room. You can. It will not manifest as a warm summer rain.
Okay.
All right. So you do that effect, and flowers start growing out all around everyone as you sort of bless them, and you can see them lifting up in vitality, and the castle shakes even more, and you think it might start to crack. And he's calling up a spell, and he starts trying to draw something, and then there's an explosion, and he flies out the window. Ooh! And he screams, "Oh!" And you run, and you can't see anything but the huge black hole. And the broken islands floating off in the distance.
Right. Dramaticness.
Oh yeah, what's his name? Eddie is really beating all the hell.
Yep.
Right. I
Did
would
they
like
actually
to
have
fix him if possible.
Quick question: do they actually have time to like bandage me up, or am I just sitting there with like a big ass cut on my face?
Big ass cut in your face.
All right, no bandages.
Amelie, she can come in and bandage you up now.
Okay, I was just wondering the situation. So you see this huge gash on Eddie's face over, starting on his forehead and going down over his left eye, and then cutting again through his cheek, and also the cuts continue on both of his arms around his the outside of his forearms, as if he was blocking it. His eye is not cut, but the wound on his face is pretty serious.
Okay. Are we still in the
Yeah.
Feyberg? Okay. Can I try to use like my combined knowledge of surgery and biomancy to fix it?
Yeah, you can probably try to do that, yeah.
Okay. How would that play out?
That would play out much like you casting a regular spell, which would
Okay.
be you would call shifts of power to yourself. You would roll against however many shifts of power you call to yourself. You'd call shifts of power to yourself. You'd take mental stress depending on the amount of power you call to yourself.
Okay.
You would roll against the target value of the spell, which is the amount of shifts of power you call to yourself, and then you would either succeed or fail.
Okay.
Or you'd either succeed, or you would have to deal with the failure, because there's two ways to deal with failing to cast a spell. There's fallout, which means the energy of your spell leaks out into the world and causes problems. Or there's backlash, which is extra damage that you take, but it does not weaken your spell.
Is that a dog
Ready?
sneezing?
No, my dog's like, she's acting like she's choking or got a hairball or something.
Oh,
But it's weird. She doesn't seem in any particular distress. She just keeps making this awful noise.
I
Eddie,
had assumed it was a cat.
I feel sorry for you.
Eddie, don't you have other injuries also?
Yes.
Well, he described his head and
vaguely.
arm.
Well, during the fight, I sustained some consequences for being taken out.
Right.
Let me check. Mild is already gone because that's just
No,
like,
no, it's not.
no.
No, it's not. You have not retrieved healing for any of those conditions, so they're still there.
All right, so yeah, I have bruised ribs, and which is a moderate consequence, and they have a mild. Also have a mild consequence of sprained wrist.
Right. So, yeah, so you see his wrist is black and blue, and you try to move him. He winces in pain as you touch his side, and lifting his shirt, you see a really bad bruise on his ribs, almost like some of them may have some hairline fractures in them.
Okay.
And of course, he has the gash to his face. He's been through a lot.
Yep.
Okay. So I'd like to call, I guess, 4 thingamies of power, which is 1 extra stress, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Is there a specific wound you're targeting, or is this just a please feel better sort of thing?
Well, what can I do with my biomancy to assess the problems? Like, to try to figure out what needs my attention the most? Is that a spell too, or a sense?
Roll me lore.
I don't have that, but okay.
Then you're going to roll it at a 0. Or you could roll me scholarship.
Okay, well, I do have that.
Scholarship medical treatment. Because this is
Okay.
you trying to assess him regularly.
Well, yeah, but like I don't know. When you described the power that I was given, it's like has this sort of weird life sensey thing in it. You know, like so I was asking, do I need a spell if I put my hands on him? Will I know things about him without?
No, you will
Okay,
not
fair
instantly
enough.
know things if you.
Okay, so that's actually a 3
That's a 3.
because
Alright.
you said I could use scholarship, right?
Yes. So you assess. Of course, you now have. I think he probably has a few fractures in his ribs, as I said.
Mhm.
There are probably actually a few fractures there. His wrist is just sprained. He didn't actually break anything in his wrist. The cut on his face is mostly superficial. It's bleeding a whole hell of a lot, and it's deep, but it's not life-threatening. You think it's probably going to lead to a very wicked, nasty scar, but it doesn't seem to be like it's a life-threatening injury.
Okay. Well, I suppose
Make a pretty sick awesome scar.
I'll ask Eddie if he wants to, if he's okay with having a scar, if I should just ease his pain in general, or if he wants me to try to heal his face with fewer blemishes.
No, I'm fine with the scar. It's a reminder.
Right. So I'll just do
out
a
of
general
character.
healing thing.
And he got taken out, and one of the consequences of him getting taken out is he receives a scar, a visible scar. So even if you had treated it, it still would have scarred, unfortunately. Not to say that there's anything against you and you can't stop it. That was a consequence of him being taken out in the storm.
Yeah. So
maybe after like long a couple.
Do scars have to be physical?
Scars do not have to be physical. No.
This one was, though.
In order for it to take a mental scar, he has to change an aspect. Or
mental scar would be much worse.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Well, I didn't know if you could exchange like a physical, like a I didn't know if you could change like a physical scar on the body for something like, PTSD kind of things or not.
No. Well, he could have said that. He could have said, "I have PTSD." At which point I would go, "Great! You now have the aspect PTSD." Expect to earn a butt ton of chips for that and be really crazy.
In which case, I would have said, "Oh crap."
Fair enough. All right, so I'll just try like a general thing to stop the bleeding throughout his body where it's bruising and where it's coming out of the cut.
All right.
And just prevent the injuries from getting any worse and try to soothe his discomfort some.
All right.
Okay. So I do the 4 thingies. And now so what?
You've called 4 shifts of power. You're spending it all on him to try to make what I'm going to call this is a lasting change that you're trying to make in him. So actually, yeah, it's going to be a temporary change. Because you're not pulling enough power for a lasting change, really. But yeah. So give me a roll. You're going to roll against a 4, okay?
Okay.
You're
I'm rolling what?
Discipline.
Okay. Ah.
I'd spend a fate chip when you roll that.
Oh, yeah, I think so.
You got spares, and you are likely to get like good amount.
Admittedly, you have a free. I will give you 1 reroll for free for a point of debt that is not going anywhere because you're still under the thing. So.
Nope, I'm giving a chip.
Well, careful with the rerolls. Remember, the reason I'm in the state is I rerolled -3 3 times. Or rerolled twice, rolled it 3 times in a row. Just putting that out there.
That's not much better.
Not. Currently, you are having 3 shifts of uncontrolled power, which you can either accept that roll, you can take the free reroll, or a free +2, which would make it only 1 shift of uncontrolled power, that you can either take as Fallout or Backlash. Those are your choices.
I can't use my training wheels anymore.
Oh no, this is your training wheels.
Okay.
I said the free point of debt that you aren't paying, that's going nowhere. I said I offered you the training wheels compel.
Okay.
So you can use it as a
If I
+2.
if I fail at this now that I've started, am I gonna hurt him?
No, you're most likely going to hurt you. Oh, you might, but it's more likely you're going to hurt yourself.
Depends on if you take that difference. It depends on if you take the difference between your roll and the target in Backlash, or if you leak into the environment.
Yeah. Backlash hurts you and does not weaken your spell. Fallout hurts the environment or something else, and also weakens your spell.
Okay.
But it doesn't hurt you.
Well, I'll take the
Which is
+2.
more useful than you might think.
I'll take the +2 and hurt myself.
Okay. You have to take a point of physical or mental stress. Choose one. Congratulations, it goes away.
Hooray!
It's at the end of the scene. Really, you aren't trying to do multiple things at once. So
you can take the Backlash as physical.
Yeah.
All right. That first time I played was I thought you could only take it as mental.
Nope, you can take it as physical. It's the magic frying your fucking body, so...
I'm, like, envisioning, like, similar wounds to his, but, like, really mild, sort of showing up on me.
Yeah, I can kind of see that. Although it's also just pain going through your body. You're not used to channeling energy, so you're doing it wrong.
Fair enough.
All right. But yeah, so you go through his wounds, like you see it clot, like in the scar, and like it seems like his pain has gone away for a little bit. Oh my God, Eddie! It feels like she just injected you with morphine, but without the foggy mind. Like
Amazing.
Yeah. You can still it still aches when you move it. You go, that's kind of hurts as you see Eddie kind of like pick up his wrist and start moving the sprained wrist back and forth, like
No, don't do that. No.
What?
It's not fixed. Just doesn't
You
hurt
have
as
a
much.
torn ligament in there. I didn't fix it.
Oh,
It doesn't hurt as bad.
but I feel great.
This is an important lesson for Maddie. Biomancy fucks with the body. It does not mean that you can't do terrible, horrible things when you turn off your pain receptors. Pain is there for a reason.
Very good reason.
The fox comes up and licks Maddie's face and whines at her.
There's a fox.
Right, I will
There's
cuddle the
always a
fox.
fucking fox.
Would you like to be a human again?
I can be human whenever I want to be.
Oh, you changed that now. All right.
Yep.
All right. So, Ragnar kind of like, well,
Are there? Oh, sorry. Before we move on, are there like is there like cloth in the room or something that I can bind his ribs and wrist with so that he doesn't make them worse?
Like tapestry and stuff like that, you can tear it down.
Right. I'd like to do that too, please.
Right.
Should I roll a scholarship for that?
Sure, yes. All right. You bind him up nicely. Eddie, congratulations. You have received medical treatment on your sprained wrist and on your ribs. That means they both have started healing.
Yeah.
This is how conditions. This is how when you take conditions works. Your conditions will last until you receive will begin healing as soon as you receive medical treatment for them. There are certain if you have a recovery ability like supernatural healing or inhuman healing, or inhuman recovery. Sorry, all your wounds start healing instantly. There is a certain power called Wizard's Constitution, which means all your wounds start healing instantly. Which basically is just there so that you don't have to go to a hospital and kill other people by blowing out all of their machines.
Yeah.
I will shift back.
Technically, Maddie,
So
yeah.
we can have our snarky conversation.
Yeah, Maddie, technically after you start healing, you might be able to take Wizard's Constitution. Well, once you start training with your magic, you might be able to take Wizard's Constitution, so you just start healing immediately.
Sweet.
Particularly if you keep the biomancy power of Summer. Anyway. So,
I can't just decide I don't have it anymore. I can just opt not to use it, right?
All right. This is the way it's going to be. If you opt not to use it long enough, I'll just take it off your sheet.
Okay.
Because that's the one thing about magic is it is explicitly said in Dresden Files, magic can wither and die.
Mm.
You can ignore a talent for so long that it goes away. Or you could also go up to and you could slap one of the Queens of Fairy in the face, and then they can just take the power from you.
But they take the power from me by squishing me like a little bug. I suppose I could ask it of the summer lady, the summer lady, and see what she says. But
oh shit, Brandon.
Yeah.
Real quick, the brass knife that I gave to the dragon.
Mm-hmm.
Was there blood left on its blade?
Why would there be blood left on its blade?
Because I demonstrated that I demonstrated what it does by cutting myself with it. I didn't specify that I wiped it off. And
Well,
always go back and
if
say
you
I
didn't
probably would
specify
have
that you wiped it off, then I would say that there is a decent chance that there's still blood on the blade.
Yeah. God fucking damn it. That makes Plan B more appetizing. All right, carry on.
All right. So you were all escorted out. You see all the children are there and safe. The Fae basically are like, all right, the Summer Wolves basically start taking the kids who are struggling and fighting and they don't want to go, and they're like, look, we'll get this all sorted out. We'll return them to where they go. All right.
why are they struggling and fighting?
Because they don't remember who they were. They still believe themselves to be the sons and daughters of Jensen.
I wonder if that means Vernon was brainwashed too.
Who knows? This opens up so many questions.
Vernon, I'm sorry, sorry, but you've been affected by Illuminati. We're gonna have to detain you.
If he was, it probably doesn't matter anymore.
That's what they want you to think.
It's the same thing that happened with Roignar. If your soul that's kept in a painting is separated from the body for too long, it'll deteriorate.
Ah,
The painting can be destroyed and the soul released, but you'll still be Fae.
these magic rules are hard.
Wizards are dicks.
Wizards didn't do this. The Fae did this.
The Fae
Yeah.
are dicks too. Magic in general.
Why does everyone have to be
Says a
so
god of magic.
mean?
I'm not a god of magic. I'm a god of fucking chaos.
Well, are you
And
still?
magic isn't chaotic.
So
Magic could at least be used for good.
see, when you say I'm a god of fucking chaos,
Are you still though?
Black Rose looks at you and goes, "Well, then give me a call sometime."
No, not playing that goddamn game. For now, for all intents and purposes, I'm a god of chaos. More accurately, strife and discord. But point is, not magic.
Sean and Rose sitting in a tree.
Not on your life.
Oh, by the way, Maddie, this is something that you didn't notice before, because you can only see him when you're looking directly at her. Your friend, the corpse girl, she has wings now, and they're made of black.
Seems good.
I see you've grown some extra limbs.
Ah, yes, I got she takes her katana, kind of points it over at
Did she take a
Sean?
fairy lord's body
No.
parts and stitch them on?
No, she took part of Sean's essence.
Yes, I was there for the dry humping.
Oh no, she took it again. Like she took
Okay.
She took like an actual piece of the mantle.
Mm.
I suppose just energy from it.
Your wife is gonna be mad.
No, that's part of the deal. Though she will be mad for other reasons, which is why I'm going to go find her a doctor immediately, like I said I would.
I mean,
So mad.
Yes, you did promise.
Now, like my Brandon said, "What are you guys doing?" I said I'm going to go find Riley and
Alright.
tell her everything.
well, are you gonna go do that then? Because you're standing
Yes.
around here.
That was the idea, but then we got sidetracked by a whole bunch of crap.
All right. So that's what you're doing. All right. Patrick, what are you doing? Oh yeah, you're hiding in the corner like a coward bitch. All right.
Yeah, exactly.
Matilda, what are you doing?
Hmm.
Do you mean Maddie?
Madeline? Yeah,
Yes.
Matilda.
Sorry. She's a magic person. I think Matilda.
I'd probably go pick up the shivery shaky rat and pet him.
All right.
As on my way out, I'm going to ask Madeline to keep the corpse distracted.
The one on the ground or the walking corpse?
The walking one.
Okay.
That's not very nice, and I'm sure she would stay here if we asked her to politely.
No,
I
I
was
need you to
told that
show
I
her for
wasn't.
different reasons.
I was told that I wasn't allowed to keep this place. But if you want to change your mind and give this place to me, I mean,
What are you talking about?
you told me to stay here. She points around at the place.
At the bar?
No. Oh, no. Oh, okay, so we are out there. All right.
I'm asking Madeline to distract Black Rose so that she doesn't get to Riley before I do. Because that would be very bad for my health.
What, you think a
And
warden's blade?
also, what?
I'm being a smartass, just saying. Are you afraid of a warden's blade or something?
I'd be less scared of it if she didn't have relative. Be less scared of it. God damn it! I'd be less scared of it if she didn't have regular access to my balls.
Well, after
I'm not going to try to distract Black Rose. I will, however, ask her to wait with me.
That made me laugh so hard I coughed.
Anyways. And we're off and find Riley.
All right. So what do you tell Riley?
Everything. Starting off with, actually, how should I start this off with?
I like that. I tell her everything, and then there's a growl, and I'm like, all right. We have someone else playing Riley? That's right, Riley.
Someone else, my dog. Can you take her outside? She's asking very nicely. We have a husky, so she only barks when she's trying to be threatening. When she's just trying to communicate with us, she talks or sings.
Huskies are the best.
Indeed.
Anyway,
Yeah.
what do you say?
Start off conversation. I want to start off the conversation by telling her.
I think it's on the living room floor.
Right. By telling her. I give it a second now. I need to reorganize my thoughts. Alright. I have to tell. Opening statement goes, I have to tell you what happened in Troper store. And before I do any of that, I want you to know, you love my life, you love them first. And you love all others. And I hate Black Rose. She's alive. Get
Black
that.
Rose.
With that opening bit done.
You might want to start with your daughter's alive.
Yes, and our daughter is alive.
What is going on, Sean?
All right, we're all done. I'm going to tell her everything. After all, reaffirming sense of our daughter's alive, hate Black Rose, love you, yada yada yada. Old spiel.
What words do you use?
I gave you the words that I use.
But then you go, I tell her everything.
Yes.
There's one specific part. I'm trying to see what her reaction would be. I need the words for it.
Which part?
What part are you afraid of telling her?
Mostly the dry humping and the skin contact.
Okay.
And then the kissing at the end, particularly.
So,
Make sure to explain the fact that it's necessary in order to transfer chaotic power quickly.
All right.
Because fucking chaos.
So since I've given you the chance, this is how it goes. I kiss Black Rose. Sean gets punched. No.
What?
It was necessary. Sean gets punched. Please stop hitting me.
Oh, gave me the opportunity for fucking what? You asked me what.
He asked me like 4 times to tell him exactly what you say to Riley, and you hummed and hawed.
I asked him what he meant, and he asked me which parts I'm scared of telling about. Told him which parts, and he said, "Since I gave you the opportunity, here's what happens."
What do you say to her? This is the final chance about that part.
All right. All right, we'll start with the bar. Let's first start with is.
Sorry, what?
Come on, Tess. Either get it up or get it down. Whatever it is.
Right. All right, let's start with is in the bar. When I leapt over the bar, flaring my mark of power in order to be intimidating, And Black Rose tackled me to the ground and started dry humping my leg.
Death gaze, not at you. At the bar.
Yeah.
You hear lightning?
All right. Then onwards. And as she was doing this, she was siphoning off power from the mantle.
Don't really care what she was doing. Crack,
Yeah, I know,
bones crunching. But our daughter's safe, right?
Yes. Right.
Nothing else happened? She's looking at
No,
you.
more happened, which is what I'm trying to get to. Please stop glaring at the bar.
Oh, no, she's not. She's glaring at you now.
So, because she was siphoning off power, I decided to try and give her a command through it. I told her to kill Ragnar. This
Gods. All
worked
right.
surprisingly well, except Ragnar surrendered, and I didn't really give a if-else statement in the command. Just, I probably should have done that. So in order to keep her from killing Ragnar and thus our best lead in, as well as the best way of actually freeing everybody and saving our daughter, I kind of had to kiss her on the neck in order to transfer enough power quickly enough to convey a message: "Don't kill Ragnar."
All right, Sean.
I want to reiterate once again, I really hate her. Wholeheartedly.
Here's a chip.
Hate her, love you. In that
Yeah.
order.
All right, so you get punched in the face. There's
Fair
a
enough.
tingle. There's a tingle of electricity as she punches you square in the face and goes, "You did what?"
I had to make intimate skin contact in order to get the message across. If I had the strength to hold her down and force and just hold her there until she
If you said I get down in force, her eyes went really wide.
Yeah. If I had the strength to hold her down and just keep her on the ground long enough to get her senses back, I would have done that. But she's
strong.
What is his name? Yeah.
She kind of nods, kind of looking down at where she had been run through, and she's like, "Fair enough. Is that all that happened?"
No. So
you get you are definitely sleeping on the couch tonight. Look.
Right. So fast forward about 15 minutes, I guess. God,
I don't know what happened, Sean.
All right. So our daughter and a bunch of other kids were being held up in the spire. We went up. I managed to knock out Gabriel without incurring any permanent damage, which personally I'm very happy about. Oh, that's the other thing. Everybody who was kidnapped was probably kidnapped about 5 days ago. They're about 15, 18 years older. I've talked with goddamn. Why did I forget his name? Brad. I talked with Brad about it. He's taken Gabriel and all the other kids, and taking them back to Summer to try and fix it. It's weird. Their souls are being held in paintings, but Summer should be able to put them back together, and hopefully there will be a sort of rubber band effect due to the separation of the soul from the body.
They said that there would be a rubber band effect?
They said there might be. I'm hoping for the best.
She kind of nods. All right, and that's it.
No.
Our daughter is.
That's the explanation of I knocked out our daughter. After that, so there's a black hole over top of the castle. And it's like, I guess it's entropy, essentially. Anything that floats into there is scattered across existence. And as we're fighting, gravity just sort of gets weird. Some of us got really heavy, some of us started floating. And unfortunately, okay, I didn't declare there would be a rubber band effect. I said there might be, because I was told that.
Yeah, Brian might have.
Yes.
The leader of the Summerworld said there might be. Might.
Yeah.
And of course, you know
That's what I said there might be.
how well of a magician he is. The guy who has no magic. Anyway, continue.
Right. Right. And Gabriel was one of the ones who started floating. And she quickly...
But you had her, right? You got her.
I was kind of tied down by two other people who are currently in the process of stabbing me and Eddie. When I look back, she's 20 feet off the ground and floating towards a window, towards the hole. I pretty much dropped everything at that point and started trying to find a way to climb up or rope or anything. There's no rope. Nobody had anything long, and that she wasn't within reach of any of the walls. And she was too far above the table. And I panicked, pointed it out to a key and Black Rose. And Black Rose said that she could save her. But we had to do something that I regret.
God, I am going to cut it off, Sean.
The thing is, she needed a piece of the mantle. And fast, or else Gabriel would have been scattered across reality.
I would just like to say is when she's got her hands above her eyes when he's talking, and then she needed a piece of it. All of a sudden, her hand comes down, and it's death glare again. And then he says the mantle, the death glare backs off a little bit.
Right. And chaotic energy, being so closely related with animalistic tendencies, transfers best through skin contact, so she essentially forced me to kiss her in order to rip off a piece fast enough.
And it's at this point the Black Rose just kind of like, oh wait, she's still waiting with you. Yes. So she's not doing that. You've asked her to wait, so she's going to wait, but you'll have a scene with her in a second. And Kitlin, probably, because I'm assuming Kitlin's going to stay there. Right. So.
And that is everything.
We're going to talk about this when we get home. Do we need to bring anyone else back? Or can we just get home?
Now, how did we get here?
You drove.
Yeah, we all took the van, right?
Yes, minivan of power.
So, Kitlin, Madeline, and Eddie are all probably going to need a ride.
My house is very close to the bar. If you need to be alone with your wife, I'll take them back with me.
Right. Nah, that's great and all. Problem is, Eddie's staying at my house, remember?
Yep. I remember.
Does Madeline have a car?
Nope. I do know someone who has a car,
good.
though.
Oh, wait, Eddie has a car, right?
Yes.
Where's your
He has a-
car?
Do it with the car? Drive people somewhere?
No, where is it?
At your house? Parked?
Ah.
mean, I wouldn't have driven it to the bar because we all went in the van, I believe.
Yeah. So yeah, Eddie just needs to ride back with us.
Yep.
All right. So, Maddie.
Yes.
So you were there. You see, Black Rose pulls out a phone. Dials the phone. A familiar, very chipper, very loud voice comes over the other end. Like, hello? I'm like, hey, honey. You're back. Is everything okay? Yeah, I got everything. We almost got a castle, but we kind of got screwed out of it because, like, the rightful owner showed up. She just rolls her eyes. Maddie's here. I kind of should just, like, I think she's a little busy right now, but I'm sure she'll come over later. She looks at you like, it's like, I'm sick and tired of dealing with this shit.
Sick and tired of dealing with me, or sick and tired of being asked when I'm going to come?
She holds up the number 2, like,
Okay.
if you actually ask her that, she's like, she holds up the second, like 2 fingers and say the second one.
Okay.
Yeah.
I nod.
She kind of rolls her eyes a little bit. She's like, yes. All right. Love you too. Bye. Closes up the phone. Well, you did good in there, kid.
Was she saying that to me?
Yes.
It wasn't entirely me.
No, it was entirely you. They don't do anything for you.
You
Hey,
don't
who?
be modest, Maddie.
Whoever it is gave you that fire stuff. The plant growth stuff. Assuming it's one of the fairies, because I don't think you meant to make plants grow.
No.
If you did, then you really weren't doing much in the combat, and I take it all back. But I was assuming that was an extra effect. I know about extra effects. I've got powers. I've been getting power from. She kind of looks over out at where she looks outside just as you both see Sean getting slugged in the face. Other sources. They come with
Teach that boy about consequences.
I don't
Oh,
know.
God. If I wasn't aware of consequences, I wouldn't have come clean immediately.
You're just getting shit for things. Don't worry, you'll survive.
Yeah, I know. No, like legit, it would be a problem.
Connor, quiet.
If I hadn't come out immediately.
Connor, quiet.
What was I gonna say? I'm gonna. Let's just say Queen, air quotes, T, wanted to help get her daughter back, and Sean didn't have another meat puppet to hold it. She says really sarcastically while rolling her eyes.
Meat puppet? Did he say that about me?
No.
Oh, is that one of your inventions? If it's one of your inventions, I like you even more. Meat puppet. Oh.
When I said that, like, I kind of mimed it, but you can't see me. Like, I kind of mimed putting my arms up in the air in like a funny herky-jerky kind of way.
Yeah. I know, but to her, she's the one who fits meat puppet best. So she thought it was a anyway, so she's just like, that's very interesting. Well. If you need any help controlling it, I can help you with that.
I don't want it anymore. I'm gonna try to get them to take it away.
Why would you ever want to give it up?
Because there's a running tab, and I'd rather the strength be my own.
Ah.
I'll learn, and then I won't need them anymore.
Perhaps. Though, like I said, if you're looking for help, I can help. I apparently have I've done a whole lot with the running tab. That whole tab thing, it's actually a fairly good benefit. Helps you do a little more things.
It's a really cushy deal when the tab doesn't actually require you to pay it back. Black Rose would be willing to tell you.
Maddie will look uncomfortable and vaguely nauseous and say, I'm not really interested in being told what to do.
What's he gonna call her?
And then she's gonna look like vaguely startled and say like not by you. I mean, I'd love to learn from you if you're willing to teach me some things, but I just don't want.
No. 1 second. I have to remember a name. All right, then what she says is, when you say, I don't like what people telling me what to do, a smile as big as a mile just crosses her face. And she goes, oh yeah, Lena and I were right about you.
I don't know what that means, but okay.
All right, she puts out her hand. It's like, she puts out her hand to you. She goes, I've been going by Black Rose, but you can call me Serona.
I'm going to shake her hand and say, it's nice to officially meet you, Serona.
And nods. Indeed it is. You care. That's a good thing. You need to keep that. By the way, a key has walked off at this point, unless anyone tried to stop her.
Thanks, Aki. Have a nice day.
Farewell. She walks off in her armor, like, no business, just doesn't matter.
Fair enough.
Huh. Actually,
Yeah, who's going to stop her?
Eddie,
Who has the balls?
I would like to go over to her before she leaves
All right.
and says, actually, what you said earlier in the fight about my stance being shit, do you think maybe you could help me improve my fighting skills?
She looks at you, looks up, and goes, depends. You going to continue to be shit?
No, of course not.
Then I'll help you. Then I can improve. Then I can help you improve.
All right, thank you very much.
Come visit Dragon.
All right.
Points at Parvis. He knows the way.
All right, we'll do. And he says goodbye and thank you in Chinese because he knows Chinese.
Which Chinese?
Whichever one she speaks.
He did pay a chip to do that. Roll me a scholarship test, because you didn't pay it this scene. You paid it several games ago.
Okay. Let's see, what's his scholarship? It is 2.
So, you say something. You think it's that. He stops, turns at you, and goes, "No, no," and just leaves.
Can I roll scholarship to see if I know what he said?
Sure. Yours is going to be a harder check. Nice eggs.
Come on, I
Well,
couldn't have gotten a
look
plus
at-
1. That probably would have been enough to clear it.
Yeah. I'm gonna look at him confusedly and say, "Are you calling her fertile?"
What? No, I said thank you and goodbye.
No, you didn't. You said nice eggs.
Oh, thanks.
Maybe he meant boobs.
No, I didn't.
Right. So the nice eggs was the goodbye. The other one, thank you, was utter gibberish.
Mm.
Gibberish and goodbye.
Gibberish and then nice eggs.
Yeah. She stopped, just looked at him and was like, no. No.
Right. Did Kitlin get hurt at all?
Nope.
Okay.
Caitlin was a fox running around Wappa. Trying to give people rabies.
I'm going to fuss over you a little bit because you went to war without me.
Alright, so you guys all go back to your various living arrangements. You guys are going to have several weeks of not having to worry about shit. What are you doing in the meantime?
I would go and see the theater lady probably the next morning, and
Right.
I would try to, if she's still up for it, set up regular appointments with Riley, probably to the point of being really annoying.
Riley's gonna say that yeah, she's gonna start training you. She needs a little bit of time to make sure everything's going on good with the family after what just happened.
Mm-hmm.
But once that's done, she'll totally give you lessons. She's gonna give you a couple things to do in the meantime, some studies.
Okay.
Like just quick things. Like so you can start right now, but she's not gonna be able to give you hands-on instruction until a little bit later.
Okay. So like lots of meditating kind of nonsense. I assume.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here's a book, here's a pamphlet, you know. They're mostly bullshit, but please read them.
Can I come with to meet the theater lady?
Of course. Do you actually have a formal home?
I had a cardboard box, but I mean, that might have been taken over by now.
Okay, so I assume you're pretty much living with me at this point, like unless you're not comfortable with that.
Caitlin's gonna stay until Maddie kicks her out.
Well, Maddie's not going to let you sleep in a cardboard box, so...
Look at that, Caitlin. She's already trying to control you. Rebel!
Unless you really want to.
No, your bed's much more comfortable.
So, Eddie, what are you doing?
And he needs to contact his girlfriend.
Right.
Kathy.
Oh, a call the next day.
Hey, so it turns out I didn't have to go on that business trip. So, yep.
All right. That's good. So, you want to come over or something?
Yeah, sure. You can come over.
All right. Where do you live? You're not homeless, are you?
No, of course I'm not homeless. I live,
You're living with me now.
In New Jersey, as I recall.
yeah, that's what I'll say. I live in
Eddie-
New Jersey.
Eddie has a house in New Jersey, but he's also apparently like renting a place with Sean. You could tell her you got 2 houses.
No, he had an apartment, and he's moved out of that, and now he's living with me.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's sort of
he hasn't-
renting out my house. He's got one house. The house he's
He
staying
hasn't
with me.
officially stopped living at his apartment.
Yeah.
You know? Like
All right.
he still has a paid rent on that apartment. Like
Why are you still paying rent on that apartment? You don't use it.
because it's been like 5 days.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's actually a lot less time than I thought it was, hasn't it?
Yeah,
It feels like it's been weeks.
it does.
Must be Entropus.
Just fucks with your whole time thing. But Sean, is there anything else you wanted to try to get accomplished?
Well, you said anything else? You haven't even asked the first thing that I wanted.
What's the first thing you want to do?
Alright. So, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start looking into larger houses available, like either close to the coast or on an island or something like that. Something like the old home. If I find one for a good price, I'm going to get in contact with Madeline and Vernon. Eddie is already, part of the party at this point. Yeah, mostly Madeline, Vernon, and maybe, I guess Caitlin. And talk with them about maybe all of us splitting funds, at least somewhat, in order to get said house. Base of operations. I will be funding most of it.
We will deal with that. All right. How, are you doing that immediately, or how long are you waiting to pull the trigger on that?
It's probably not going to be so much something he pulls trigger on as it's just going to be more of a passive undertaking at the moment.
All right. So we'll deal with that in a bit. After everyone else says what they're doing.
Yeah.
All right. But yeah. So in a couple days, there is someone standing at your door.
Is it Fabian?
No, actually, you get a call that day from Fabian. What the hell? We had a deal.
Yeah, we had a deal. If I got hold of the castle, it was yours. I don't have a hold of the castle. The rightful owner is Vernon.
You had a hold of it. You could have taken it. You were there. You had a Gatling gun.
I didn't have a Gatling gun. Actually, now I think about it, nobody actually ended up using the Gatling guns, which is kind of annoying because I had to lug them in. That's beside the point. Vernon is currently the rightful owner of the castle. I can get you in contact with him if you want to bargain with him for it, but you will still be paid for the weapons.
You hear a thump on the other side of the phone as if he's slamming his fist into something. That's not our arrangement.
Yes, it is. The arrangement was if I held the castle, if I captured and took the castle, it'd be yours. Unfortunately, I don't own the castle. Vernon does. The rightful owner, and currently has an army.
Fine. Be seeing you. Hangs up. A few days later, boop, someone appears at your door.
You look so much like your mother.
She is definitely older by several years. It's possible. It looks like she might have regressed in age a little bit, but there wasn't really any time magic going on. It was just her body aged. Infusing her with the soul of a child regressed her a little bit, but not back to childhood.
Mm-hmm.
However, here is your fetch.
A what?
Technically, there are two people at your door. Okay, not a fetch, but there's Gabby, this older girl who you instantly know is your actual daughter Gabriella, and then there's a little girl who looks exactly like Gabby.
Hold on a second. Hold on a second. I gotta check. I'm gonna open my site and look at the little one.
It's a fairy.
I'm gonna close my site.
Gabriella kind of smiles at you. She's like, "Hey, Dad. Long time no see."
Sean stands there, silent for the second half, then immediately grabs her and pulls her into a hug.
Gabby kind of tugs on you and goes, "Where are the brownies? I was told there'd be brownies."
You're inside. Come on in.
All right. So, Shay eventually, Rose Petal shows up to deliver a message. Gabby is going to be here to pose as your child until Riley can get anything figured out. So when you don't need her, she'll go away. She is another changeling child. So she's another one of your wards. Congratulations.
Yay. This is going to be weird.
Yeah. Riley's overjoyed to see her daughter.
You overjoyed to see Gabby or Gabriella?
Both of them.
Okay.
She's a little she's a little wary about the Gabby, but Gabriella perfectly fine. Okay. Harvest, we're gonna go to you. What are you doing?
So this is over the course of a few weeks.
Yeah.
Well, I'm assuming first few days he'd spend kind of in his room, very quiet. And after a while, he would go and talk to his buddy, the dragon.
Alright.
And I'm certain the one thing that would come up more than anything else is, I don't want to be afraid anymore. And from there and their conversations and stuff.
Yeah.
And
Do you want to have some conversations with that, or?
I could.
Okay. So Dragon welcomes you in, has a seat, makes you food. It's like, welcome. Well, it's like, you don't want to be afraid anymore. Well, that is not something that I can particularly help you with. See, not being afraid is, well, I suppose I could help you with it, but I would have to reach into your brain and take out everything that makes me like you so very much.
I kind of don't want people in my brain.
Of course not. It's bad to have people in your brain. And what I meant was I would have to remove everything that made you smart. Because being afraid is a very smart thing to be. The people who are not afraid are the dumb people.
That
I
dumb.
never thought of it like that. But it held me back when I could have helped everyone.
That just means that you need to start facing your fear. You need to stop letting the fear control you.
How do I do that?
By just doing it. Yeah, it's basically what he's getting at. Bravery is not the absence of fear. It is that which overcomes. Yes.
The thing is, it's actually really great advice too. And
I took an entire semester of college on a class that was called Courage and Violence. And that was more or less the class's mission statement.
I mean, it's good to know, and it's a good way to think. Yeah, then he would have to think about that for a while. I don't know what he would do from there. Because he's not massively bright, but he's not dumb.
You're very smart. You are very intelligent.
Because the thing is, he does have decently high scholarship, but even besides that, he does kind of make some smart choices every now and then. It's weird.
Yeah.
But yeah. I have no idea how I can work on overcoming it.
You just have to do. What is it that you want to do? Your hand throbs.
Oh, I forgot all about that. Ow. Alright. That's actually a good question. I have no idea what that is.
That's the tattoo, remember?
That's right, the tattoo. Exactly.
Thank you, Sarah, again, for speaking for the dragon.
I try.
Because now I've got to juggle. I don't know how I'd respond to that. Because what would he want to be? And want to be someone who can help others, but he also... I'm certain he's incredibly curious about the tattoo. I don't know if... Actually, I should ask, shouldn't I, if he knows anything about the tattoo.
Ask it then.
Okay. So, do you know anything about this tattoo on my hand?
He takes your hand, he looks at it, and he goes, "Unfortunately, I do not. The closest I can say is that I have seen similar work on a young girl who visits me sometimes for favors."
Does she happen to have white hair and... Wait, I'm trying to remember what she looks like. I must find it.
Blonde hair.
Blonde hair, thank you. I thought it was whitish.
It's over here in the black. Remember, we have the organizations and groups.
Yeah. Oh, there it is. Yeah, it is blonde. Damn. That was like whitish blonde. Okay. Does she happen to have blonde hair and some, I guess, dark clothing? I suppose.
Heavy gothic overtones.
That's a great way of putting it.
Indeed. A rose made of black ink.
Then I'm gonna have to talk to her as well. Because
What is stopping you?
fear, but if I'm
Then I'd say that's the first place to start. He kind of looks at you as in, "Get the hell out of my place right now and go do this."
okay. I'm certain in the many meetings he's learned a few, like, I don't know if I'd say customs, but more manners.
Oh yeah, no.
So
Totally.
he would bow and say, "Thank you. I think this is something to work on. Thank you." And he kind of just starts wandering off.
I'm glad you could be of assistance to yourself as he ushers you out.
Well,
You get the sense that he's not trying to usher you out as a "go away, I don't want to talk to you." More like, "Go fucking do it, man." Like,
Be the better you. Do it.
Okay, he is good. He's a good person. Well, he's a good dragon.
Dragon is his dragon.
I know, he's cool. So yeah, there's
Alright.
definitely something for me to go to.
so Maddie and Ketlin, what's life for you in the apartment like?
Well, before we get to that, like the next day, I want to go just to the theater. I assume
All right.
Caitlin wants to come with me.
Right,
Yep.
sure, yeah. Are you coming in the middle of the day or later in the evening or at night?
Probably like in the sort of middle morning kind of time.
All right.
Like I want to catch her when she's not directing a show.
Fair enough. So you go there. There's like there's like a side door, which you think is probably the place to their apartment. Kind of walk up, kind of ring the buzzer a couple times. There isn't an answer. Just as you're about to leave, you kind of hear footsteps inside.
Okay.
The door opens, and a very tired and possibly just sleeping Helena, still with hair kind of messed up and in a bathrobe, kind of looks out at you and she goes, "Oh, you're finally here."
I take it it's not a good time.
Who's your friend? Do I know you?
This is Kitlin. She's my something.
You're something. They just don't have a name for it yet?
Yep, pretty much.
I'm in one of
Friends with
those.
benefits.
I don't think they've had any benefits yet.
They'll get
Any
there.
what's? Any what's now? Sorry, I didn't hear you.
Sean, Connor
Don't
said
worry
friends
about
with benefits, and I said I
Oh.
don't think they've had any benefits yet.
No.
And
I said
No,
not
no.
yet.
opens the door. They walk in, or you can walk in if you want.
It's more like girlfriends minus the benefits. As opposed to friends plus.
Is that specifically what you're telling Helena?
No.
All right.
It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Serona's sleeping. She had a very long day. And then we had a long conversation, let's just say, about what happened. Forgive me if I'm tired. I wasn't expecting to be up until, like, 4 hours more.
You get up at 3 in the afternoon?
Yes, well, when you stay up all night. She
Well,
makes this-
fair enough. Well, I apologize for disturbing you. Do you want me to come back?
No, you're here. Serrano will probably kill me. And then we'll have to do the ritual all again. And then...
Did you punch her in the face when she told you about what happened?
What happened?
What?
The macking on Sean?
Oh.
She just starts laughing and laughing and laughing. What did his face look like?
Disgusted.
Pissed off.
If you really need to.
Kissed him, or when his wife punched her in the face?
Oh, this is great. Oh, no, she didn't tell me that. She did show me some of her new things that she can do. Anyway, so you, she points at you, Maddie.
Mm-hmm.
You are talented.
So I've recently been told.
Yeah, that's usually more Serona's thing. She learned how to do that. She's amazing. Oh, just like wonderful. But I'm sure you guys know. Like, so how did you two become the not quite defined yet? So she starts making tea or stuff.
I threw Maddie's tea on a doctor, and she confessed her undying love to me.
Oh my! Oh, Helen just comes over. Helen just hugs Caitlin. Caitlin just like holds her close. She just pats her. She's like, "You're like the daughter I never got." Oh, I'm keeping her. She looks over at Maddie and goes, "She's mine now. Should have defined things better." Oh.
She's what?
Helena said, "She's mine now." To you, you should have defined things better.
Oh. I suppose that's really up to Kit.
I want to stay Maddie's.
Ah, but you're so precious. Oh, well, fine. I guess I cannot admit. I cannot come between the true love that is formed when someone throws coffee on a doctor. Was the doctor doing something, or was it just a random thing?
Sucking the soul out of everybody.
He's a truly terrible person. And he was actively trying to hurt.
Well, most men are, but
And and my friend.
Most men are, as I've seen, particularly hunters. It is odd, I'll say, that
Everybody always wants to whine about the hunter, but nobody ever wants to deal with the consequences of not having one around.
Sean, you don't want to keep going with this.
Yeah,
Anyway,
I'm allowed the occasional quip.
all right. So Helena sits you down. She's like, "My name's Lena, by the way." Helena, Janaya, they're kind of new names. When you have the same name for like a whole bunch of years, people get suspicious and people can find you. So we're trying something new.
Okay.
I suppose that makes sense.
You see her go and you see her pull something out of the fridge, start like microwaving it. Roll me alertness. Both of you.
Yes, one moment.
Oops.
So, Kit,
Yep.
that's either blood or really red syrup.
It wrinkles her nose.
Man, yeah, you don't see anything. She puts it into one of the cups of like tea or whatever that he's doing. She kind of stirs it on up, then pulls out honey and pours it into the other two, and like it's up, brings it over. You can see her hand. She takes the one that you know she poured blood into, and just kind of sits there and just kind of sips it, handing the honeyed tea to the other two of you.
Right.
You see none of this. You see her preparing 3 cups, and she delivers them to you.
Well, she did mention that she had changed her name because she had had the last one too long. So I thought I would try to ask her, something about that. Like, are you, like, magical, like, Sharona's magical? That you can live long enough to need to change your name?
Well, I'm not quite certain what we are anymore. We've been around quite some time. Needless to say, I'm not certain that Sirona was ever actually human.
And were you?
Oh, I most definitely was.
Was? Past tense?
I suppose I still am human. But let's just say Sirona's been making sure that we both stay fresh. I can't do a lick of the magic stuff myself. It's all boring. I much prefer the theater. That's exciting.
Right.
But anyway, so she kind of takes a sip, just drinks it.
Mm-hmm.
We usually spend a whole lot of when we usually come to an area in the past, we've done a lot of our own thing. There were a few times we tried to get together with other people. Sometimes it doesn't work out. Sometimes it works out really well. And let's just say she kind of ran into you and thought that you might be worth something. And I agreed after we talked. And now you see you've brought a most amazing friend here, who apparently already knows how to deal with people. Throw hot tea at them. Not me, please.
Okay.
What do you mean by getting together?
Oh. We hunt bad things.
Hunt bad things?
Yes. Vampires, ghouls, demons, snake creatures, those things that crawled out of our sink the other day. She starts listing off more and more things. She throws in the words "people who talk during my shows," and those guys who smashed up our theater wall, our display window, and just general assholes.
What do you do to the general assholes?
We make them not assholes anymore.
Right. Maddie looks extremely disturbed.
Something wrong?
Well, I feel that most people have the right to be assholes if they want to.
Well, sure, and we have a right to correct them.
That depends on what you do to them.
Oh, we only go after really bad things. Like the people who talk during shows. I mean, come on.
Maddie does not look at all mollified.
Maybe I should get Serona. She usually does this thing better. I mean...
You make sure people aren't mean to other people.
Well, yeah.
Well, what is it exactly that you want from me?
Well, we thought maybe you'd like to help.
Well, I do like to help people.
That's great.
But I don't particularly enjoy hurting anyone, if you take my meaning.
Oh, no. We can handle all the hurting. I really like the hurting.
Then
Maddie just looks more and more disturbed.
What's the matter?
Well, I'm concerned about you're talking about hurting people who talk during your shows. It's very rude, but it's not really evil.
Her eyes go, oh no, that's the most evil thing at all. There's sort of a, mind if I interject? A somewhat less clothes than you've seen before. Serona walks in, which is odd because she wasn't wearing all that much to begin with. Kind of walks in, she kisses Lena on the forehead, kind of sits down, like, in the chair, just kind of relaxes and goes, She's trying to give you her pitch about how we hunt down people in her theater before, right?
Yes, I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah. She does that sometimes. That's not necessarily what I do. And Lena, honey, how about you go into the other room and pretend you're doing something while you're listening? she pouts, and she's like, "No fun." I love you too, honey. Except when she goes into the other room. You'll have to forgive her. She has control issues, impulse issues. I work on them.
So, what is she talking about? You hurting people who are mean? Like, I don't exactly understand what she wants from me. I mean, I'm not gonna go beat up people for being rude.
Do you remember when we first met?
Yes.
Do you remember what I did?
Yes. Very clearly. In
What
fact,
do you?
I think I still haven't washed all of it out of my favorite hoodie.
I'm sorry about that, I suppose, but you're alive, and he didn't touch you, did he?
No, he didn't.
Those have been mostly the people we've been going after.
I see.
Lena and I, we are what you might call monsters.
What? Moth skins?
Monsters.
Monsters. Okay.
Yes. You might call monsters. The only difference is we're a little more in touch with, I don't know, our caring side. Or maybe we're just both way more crazy. We spent most of our lives on the run from, let's see, uptight assholes who think they have the right to tell us what to do, and that we don't have the right to exist simply because, well, we're not like them. People a lot like, well, your friend Sean and his wife. Normally, I wouldn't want anything to do with either one of them, but apparently, somehow Sean went and got himself dipped in deliciousness. Anyway.
Well, I admire the fact that you try to help people and that I'm extremely grateful to you for helping me, but at the same time, I've taken oaths to heal and not to hurt, and I'll fight to prevent myself or someone else being hurt, but if at all possible, I don't want to kill anyone. I'd be much happier helping the law to stop these people.
Law isn't going to do anything. Most monsters of high enough caliber own the law.
Well,
She's not wrong.
Did the gangbangers you kill own the law?
No. Those gangbangers are just causing trouble, and they happened to attack my girlfriend. So I'm not going to rest until I find every single one of them who did it and extract what needs to be done so that I feel better. And she feels better.
What did they do to her?
Well, they attacked our home. They smashed up our theater, on one of the days of one of our opening nights. Because she had some of their friends kicked out of there before. They thought they could come in and they could intimidate us. They are discovering they are wrong. I hate bullies.
I'm not wildly fond of them myself.
They do kind of suck.
Let me tell you a story. One of the first stories that happened. Around back when I first met her. There were a couple people, some hunters, thought he was chosen to fight monsters. Kind of rolls her eyes. Ridiculous. He decided to throw me in a car with all of his weapons and kidnap me to some location he didn't know about. I didn't know about. Just so happens, he didn't quite think through the throwing me in the trunk with all of his weapons. So when he did that and he opened the trunk to deal with me, I had a shotgun in my hands, and I made short work of him. Oh, he had a pistol in his. Don't worry about it. It was totally fair. After all, he was the one who threw me in the trunk with the shotgun, and then came to get me with a pistol. That's when her and I started running. Still down in the place. Thought we were doing fine. Then a family who thought themselves were hunters started getting up in our business. They blew up our fucking house. So we returned the favor. Eventually, they ended up getting themselves eaten by some giant, black, massive monster thing. And we decided it's best to skip town. From what I can tell, I think some kind of angelic force had to be called in to purge it. That's when we kind of decided, hey, we're going to fight back. A group of vampires not too long after that got a drop on Lena. And they gave her part of her taint.
Where'd they get it from? How do they take that? That's kind of private.
Red Court vampires.
Oh, so she's like the diseased but hasn't fed kind of thing?
Infected, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Right. In character, I'm going to say, wait, she's a vampire?
Half vampire. Still can go out in the sun, still can do all that stuff like that. She's if she ever feeds and kills someone from her feeding, she'll turn. Kinda lifts up her arm, show you the tattoo.
Mm-hmm.
This is how I keep track of her. This tattoo is linked to her. When she starts getting hungry, it starts turning red. And that's when I know I have to go find someone to feed to her. So I go out and I find someone on the street who's cancer, who's gangrenous. You say you don't want to hurt, but would you leave someone with a gangrenous limb attached?
But you chop people's arms off?
If need be. You saw what I'm made of, right?
Well, yeah, but I thought you took those from the dead.
Well, living and dead is sometimes... I mean, everyone who is dead was once alive. Doesn't matter how fresh they are. Hell, I had to replace my jaw back at the thing,
The bar.
the bar.
I know.
The people I take are bad people. Their blood feeds her. Their bodies help keep me in operation.
How often do you need to replace parts?
Depends on how strenuous activity I get. Depends on how much damage the part takes. That shin could have probably lasted me a good another 10, 20 years, but it got broke. I don't heal. I have to replace what I lose. This is bothering you, isn't it?
Yes, to be honest with you.
I can see that. Again, though, I ask, you weren't a surgeon, were you?
Well, yes.
You were a surgeon.
Yes.
So a patient has a tumor growing. It's causing nothing but problems. You can cut it out, and the patient's better for it. You cut out the tumor?
I see where you're going with this analogy. And I don't strictly agree.
So you're saying you would rather me have left the men who were in that apartment that I found you in alive?
Yes, I would have rather that happened. You see, a tumor is unnatural. A tumor is the essence of disease. It's growth without purpose, and it can't change. A person can learn better and can be helped and can make amends and atonement. A tumor can't do that. Those people might have become someone else given the time and the chance.
Well, they were about to become a rapist and a murderer.
I'm sure they were already that.
Well, then they were about to become a rapist and a murderer, and you were about to become a rapey or dead.
Look, I want you to try to understand this. I'm not trying to pass judgment against you. You know, what you did for me, you know, it protected me and it kept me safe and it saved me from something absolutely horrible that would have destroyed the person that I am or taken my life. And I don't ever want to give you the perception that I'm ungrateful for that or that I look down on you for having done that. What I'm saying is that if I was given the choice over whether they would live or die, I could not have killed them.
I don't think she's asking you to. But I think she is asking you to understand the fact that like 2/3 of people that end up in prison end up back there.
I know, Kitlin, but everything that I am and everything that I have trained to be my entire life tells me that life itself is a sacred thing. And a tumor is some cells that die, but a person is still a person if they lose a tumor. A person is still a person if they lose a hand.
What would you say if I could tell you I could bring things back from the dead?
I know that you can. I saw you preserve someone's life unnaturally.
I guess I'm not trying to say, come in here, join us, go out and kill people. But you've got a certain talent that could be helpful in certain things that I do, and certain things that we do. You could help keep Lena safe. Lena seems to like you enough because you were nice and kind. I don't know, maybe that's going to change and she's not going to like you, and I'm going to have to ask you to leave before Lena gets it in her mind that bad things need to happen. But I don't think it's going to come. She just kind of look at Kitlin and goes, "You're a lot nicer than you were before. Didn't expect you to be the one coming to my aid in this little conversation."
I've seen lots of bad people.
Well, I think your little girlfriend, sorry, don't mean to be pejorative, you've earned better than that. Think that your significant other person here would like if you are going to be coming with us. I have done a whole lot of things for love. There's a thing that I was told a while back is that if you're going to go to war, you need to know what you're fighting for. I know what I'm fighting for. It's that person in there. He points to the door where Lena walked back into. So, if you are fighting together with her, more power to you. Completely understand. I just don't want you in my way then, because I don't want to have to hurt either one of you. Besides, if you wanted to learn how to save lives, do good things, there's still a lot I can tell you. I can guarantee probably no one short of Frankenstein knows more about how to put a body back together than I do.
Well, that didn't work out terribly well for Dr. Frankenstein, but...
Well, I am both Frankenstein and the monster, so I guess I'm going to have to kill myself, because we've already had all the peasants come with their pitchforks. They didn't impress me.
Well, I doubt very much that you're upset with yourself for giving yourself life.
I didn't give myself life.
And you already have someone.
And I already... What was me? And I already have someone.
Oh, Frankenstein's monster did a lot of the things that he did because he wanted a companion.
Oh, yes. Because well, yes, I did. In fact, you could actually say that I have become Frankenstein. There were others. We've killed them. They wanted to take me apart. They didn't think I was performing right. Especially not with hooking up with her.
Were you supposed to be some kind of tool for someone's sick ends or something?
I don't really know what. They sent me to high school. So maybe they just wanted a daughter? They were kind of creepy. And there's still some of them that are out there.
Some of them?
Some of them.
What are them?
It's really hard. Their name keeps changing.
The people that made you.
Yes.
Look, I'm in a difficult place here. I mean, you obviously are alive and sentient after a fashion. And you have every right to protect your continued existence from anyone. But as much as I'd like to help to protect people, it's difficult for me to sign on to the kind of life that you're describing. I need to know more about what you want me to do for you.
Well, I was hoping you would help patch me up. You'd help fix me. You'd be our confidant, a friend, someone else we could talk to, someone else we could grow our influence with, so that I don't have to entertain her all alone, because that gets really, really tiring after a long day of hunting people down in the streets.
I can do all of that, but I have to, as a friend and confidant, tell you that if we're ever in a position where I am present when you're going to kill someone or hurt someone, I don't know that I can stand idly by and not try to stop you.
Well, that's fine. I am fairly certain when you try to stop me, you're not going to. Unless you use your powers against me and destroy me. In which case...
Well, let us just try not to ever be in a situation where we have to be on opposite sides.
Well, considering with the people you run with, that might be harder than I thought. I was hoping to save you from them.
Sean?
Yeah.
Is there no way that Lena can feed without someone being hurt?
Lena doesn't need blood to survive. She needs blood to keep from going crazy and killing someone.
I understand, but, you know, you might ask friends and companions, she says somewhat
Yeah.
sarcastically,
She kind of looks around and goes,
blood.
we have so many of those. And will they give me an arm? Or a leg?
Why does it have to be an arm or a leg?
Well, when I lose an arm
Oh, I
or a
see.
leg...
Well, I happen to know that blood can be taken from a person without causing them any kind of harm at all, and I happen to have access to the deceased. Why would any person have to be hurt in that case?
Well, the issue is then that you make the city less safe. 'Cause I'm not walking around stopping people from doing terrible things.
Well, I'm not gonna fight with you on that because I don't have a position to argue from. But what I'm saying is you talk about people who are gangrenous or cancerous. if I can help you not have to do that, would you leave them alone?
Maybe. Something to think on. I can't give you a firm yes. I am, after all, a monster. I don't pretend to be anything other than that. The only difference is, I'm a monster who's fighting to keep things going well around here.
What do you mean by the fact that you're a monster?
I am made up of dead people's bodies. I am basically a zombie.
That's not monstrous.
I've seen enough people who would argue with you.
Well, then
Including-
they'd be wrong.
Well then, you hang out with some pretty wrong people.
That may be.
Wizards are probably only not monsters because they have a better PR campaign.
No.
Uh,
Monstrosity exists in the heart, not in the body.
well, if you think you can supply us with extra blood, and you can get us cadavers that are not too rotten, then that would be good. I'm not going to say that I'm going to stop doing my nightly activities. I have other needs that I feed from. Especially now with what was just granted me. I'm going to need to test that out.
Well, out of character, briefly though. Like, she could take parts from, like, the thugs or whatever that she kills.
Yeah.
Without harming, like, sick people. You know? Just random hobos or whatever who happen to be unwell.
Oh, no. You don't get what she means by gangrenous people.
Oh, okay.
The thugs, the criminals, are the gangrenous people.
Okay, yeah. That was a major point of breakdown for me. Like, I thought she was finding people who were dying and, like, offing for parts.
No. He's being the anti-hero and going around killing criminals in the city.
Okay. Right. Well, can we just pretend that we clarified that in the conversation?
Sure, yeah, no, sure.
Okay.
We clarified that right now. You made a comment about, well, why does it have to be sick people? And she's like, most of them aren't sick. Most of them are really beefy guys with guns and way higher opinions of themselves.
Okay. Well, I don't like it, but I can deal.
Ah, gangsters. Think they run the city.
We're going to run the city. At least our little part of it. That's what I want. I want our little part of the city. I want it to be free from most types of vice and that hurt other people. If someone wants to shoot something into their arm, they can totally do that. I don't give a shit. Someone wants to stuff $1 million up their nose, go ahead and do it. Someone wants to try to hurt someone, that's where I have an issue.
Okay. Well, I'll help you when you get hurt if you can't do it yourself. And I'll be around if you need help. You can come and ask me. But I'll only hurt someone if the only other option is immediately getting hurt or having them hurt someone else. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to go after anyone.
I understand. You haven't come to that part yet.
Wolves suck at fighting.
What?
Maddie, I love you, but we kind of suck at fighting.
No, I'm good at fighting. You're not.
He's like, I don't know. You said you don't want to hurt people. So.
Not wanting to and not knowing how are two very different things.
True.
Maddie will probably tap the fencing saber on her that she's taken to carrying with her on her hip while
Because
she's
I'm just like, no, I totally up with that. I'm fairly certain Lena's fallen back asleep and is not actually listening to us.
Mhm.
But yeah. If you wanted to come visit in a couple hours, we can have, I don't know, drinks, whatever, relax. Because that's the other thing. She just wants to be social. She really likes having people around.
right.
Can we watch more Gilmore Girls?
Well, I'm happy to do that, but
What'd
Oh.
you say?
Can we watch more Gilmore Girls?
sure.
You said, oh?
Yes. There is one thing that I'd like to talk to you about, though. I'm sure that I'm not good enough to give you real practice, but I'd like to get to the point where I can. Do you think that we can spar? Sometimes I don't really have anyone around who fences.
All right. I'd love to do that. I don't really fence either. I tend to more ambush people and cut their heads off. But, I mean, this could be some good practice for if I ever have to go up against another stuck-up bottle redhead. You're cool.
Please try not to harass her. I'll ask her to pay you the same courtesy.
I don't know.
She's helping me.
Mine doesn't come
husband
from
is-
a bottle.
Her husband's just so dumb and so tasty. I don't know if I can stop myself. He, like, calls out for it.
Well, just I don't know. If you can avoid fighting her at all, I'd appreciate that.
I'll do my best, but she comes searching for me, as I already told them. I was nice last time. I'm not going to be nice again. They've gotten their one.
I understand.
Did you want me to set you up with Gilmore Girls in here? Or are you going back somewhere else to watch Gilmore Girls? If you're going to be in here, I would highly advise you ignore any weird sounds you hear from that room.
Why don't we go back to ours and you can bring Lena over for dinner later?
That might be good.
Do you, pardon me if this is rude, but do you eat?
I don't need to, but I can.
Well, I'll cook for you too if you would enjoy it.
Sure. It's usually nice to have something to munch on. Or pretend while other people do it.
Fair enough. Kit, are you ready?
Yep.
Okay. So I guess we'll go home.
Alright. Head off. So, Eddie, what are you doing?
I have no idea. Let's see.
Yeah. You go back to your girlfriend's apartment.
Oh yeah, I was sort of in a car accident, which is why I look like this.
Holy crap! Is this why you're not going to your meeting?
Yeah. Let me just roll the seat.
I'm so sorry! Sydney Sachs. Alright.
Okay.
you walked in looking beat up, and she's just like, oh my god, the person I love is in danger. No! It doesn't happen immediately, but like if you stay there, it eventually happens.
Yeah.
No glove, no love.
I mean, he's already done it. I mean, doing it now is just a waste.
Oh, okay. Sure.
Not like she can get knocked up twice
Yeah.
at the same time.
Yeah,
Well,
I got the joke.
There's actually like some doubt about that, but anyway. If
Well-
she's any kind of weird thing, that's a totally other issue. Plus, lots of mammals can have pregnancies at different ages if there's more than one egg, and that can happen to a person.
Yeah, but I feel like that's gonna be, maybe a couple months different, not a day later.
No, it depends on how many eggs were released during the initial ovulation. But anyway, never mind.
That
Totally.
concludes our session of anatomy lessons on New York City Dresden Files.
I don't think that's anatomy. I think that's biology.
Biology. That concludes our grammar lessons, or no?
Etymology.
Oh yeah,
Biology.
it has been medically proven that a woman can have non-identical twins by two different fathers.
Yeah.
So there's that. But anyway, moving on.
Nice lazy sperm then.
Oh no, it can take 2 to 3 days for to conceive
Yeah.
afterwards. So if she has sex multiple times in that time frame, then
So,
All right.
the girlfriend is saying that it is obviously too dangerous for you to go outside now because of a car accident. You need to just stay here.
All right.
and do
For a
naked
day,
things.
maybe. Yeah. That's fine.
Weeks and weeks and weeks of naked things.
No,
Yeah.
I can't stand here for weeks.
Days?
Days, maybe.
3 days.
That'll probably be fine.
All right. She seems really amped up.
So, how are things going?
Really good. Middle of the second day, she leaves. Tells you to stay there. Comes back really amped up. Just feeling great. More naked things happen.
Strongly suspect she is going to see that Dr. Lawson person.
What would ever make you think that? Comes back feeling ambitious and horny? All right. Anyway. So that's what's going on in your life. We have someone else who was told to go do a thing.
A thing, you say?
Here's the thing. Do you remember what the thing is?
Yep, to go talk to the person who has a similar tattoo.
How are you doing that?
Shit, I don't have her phone number, but I know her name, I think, because I was in the room at the time. Shit, I forgot it.
You don't know her name.
I'm fine with that. Let's see. Who knows her of the people I do know? And whose houses do I know? Let's see. Sean might, but I don't think Sean wants to ever think about her. Again, as long as he lives.
Think about who?
Your favorite person. In this game.
who completely hasn't
No.
stolen some of your mantle. Your favorite person.
Yeah, what about her?
Oh, I was given a mission to get in contact with her, basically.
Oh.
So,
I do have her phone number.
do I know that is the thing? Because if I don't know that, then it would be almost certain Maddie or Kitlin, because I would assume. And if not, I can talk to them and they can help me figure it out because they're smarter than me. I mean, he could go for Eddie, but I don't know if Eddie knows, and I don't know where Eddie is currently.
Right. Eddie knows. You're walking towards Maddie and Caitlin's house. Hey, you happen to see him on the street. They're coming down a set of stairs by a theater.
Wow. That's good timing. All right. Then just wave at him and say, "Hey!"
It's Parvis, run.
Hi, Parvis.
Hello.
No, I said run.
I run to meet Parvis.
Damn it. Should have been more specific.
Hi, Parvis. What's up?
Well, I was given a mission. I need to find out about this. He points to his hand, the tattoo. And I only know of one person who has a tattoo that looks like this. Or kind of like, well, not like the, who has a tattoo.
Well, lots of people have tattoos. You go to tattoo parlors and get them.
Yeah, I have a tattoo. Are you talking about me? I don't think you've ever seen it.
I don't think I've ever seen it either.
Can I see it?
Maybe later. If you can find it.
But the person I was thinking of was the lady with the flower, the black flower.
Yeah, she lives here, actually. I think she's kind of busy at the moment, but she's coming over for dinner later if you want to hang out with us.
Okay. Because, like, I'm well aware, out of character, that is not smart. In character, food, and I get to find the person. Perfect!
What's not smart about coming to dinner?
Oh. Like, out of character, my mind is just going, this is going to be awkward.
A little bit. That's okay.
But in character, fuck it.
I think the only one who's really going to care is Kitlin, because she really wants to see that tattoo.
Oh, God.
Okay. Let's go around my house then.
Right.
Okay.
So, non-naked things happen.
Gilmore Girls is watched. Popcorn is eaten.
Mm-hmm. Totally not a three-way with the Rat Man. All right, got it. All right, so
I was expecting
I'm
that.
not sure that any of the parties involved are interested in that.
I don't think so either. That's why I said totally not. I mean,
We're not playing Monster Hearts.
God.
You two are in a you two are in a committed quasi. I don't know what it is, Parvis is the sugar baby to a dragon.
You're not wrong. That's the thing. He doesn't see it that way, but you're not wrong.
What I'm going to say is, I'm not saying anything happens, but if you ever want something to happen, it's probably definitely going to happen. Right now, everyone has a significant other, except for Vernon.
No, Vernon has a significant other. She's just not happy about it.
Oh, yes, right.
Wow.
Success. Maturity! Relationships! Yay! Alright.
All right, I'm gonna have to go pretty shortly. I'm afraid.
So,
The hour grows late.
we're going to do, I'm going to do a little quick thing of the dinner scene. I might come back and hit it a bit next time.
Okay.
Because I think we're going to do another, like, downtime we can sort of setting up with whatever you guys want to do, to get set up for the next big arc. Because I want to make sure that everyone has time to do things in between. We go, and the story's ramping up again. Let's go do stuff. So yeah, she comes over. She's Parvis. Kind of goes, I didn't know you'd have a thing here. Who is he?
Parvis.
I'm a rat.
Kind of looks at your tattoo and looks at you. Eyes you.
This is a friend of ours. He wanted to speak to you, and I thought this might be a good time.
What do you want to speak about?
He points at the tattoo on his hand.
Her hand goes to a different position on her body. What do you want to speak about?
I don't know what this tattoo is. I don't even remember ever getting it. It's just
hand
there.
moves away from part of her body back to a natural position.
Me. Yeah, after hearing that whole backstory, I understand why.
You don't know who gave this to you.
No.
She kind of pulls out her tattoo and shows it up there. There's a sort of link you can just sort of feel between the two of them.
That's interesting.
This is a spell working. Kind of looks at you two and goes, I don't like to say what it does. It's very important to me. I met a witch. She was into the whole chaos thing. We clicked. We bonded. She had a real animal kick about her. Like a real Free Willy type, if you know what I mean.
I
She
really
likes
don't.
Guy's pants.
That's Lorena Bobbitt type. Free Willy, you know, the old TV show, the movie. Whale jumps over a thing, bees free, goes out into the ocean. Animal liberation, that kind of thing.
I see.
Don't know why she'd put it on you. You don't like do testing on animals, do you?
Wait. Hold on. Wait, what was that? Sorry. Well, no, I am an animal, kind of. I guess.
Yeah, I know the song. You know, You and Me, Baby, all that stuff.
No, I mean,
Oh, just show her. It will make more sense.
all right. He just shifts into his rat form.
Huh. Interesting. Are you wearing the robe?
Yeah.
All right. You shrink to a rat, the robe disappears.
Oh, that's cool. I'm guessing if I turn back into human form, it reappears.
Yep.
That's freaking cool. Dragons are awesome.
Caitlin turns into a fox and gives him a play bow.
Huh.
She kind of looks at Maddie and goes, are you going to learn to turn into something?
I don't have any particular desire to. No.
It seems like a theme around here. Or do you just collect stray animals off the street? I mean, I know you're a bleeding.
Call him B.
I mean, no offense. I know you're the bleeding heart type, but this is just ridiculous. I mean,
That's
Anyway.
fantastic.
I really do have to go, but it was very enjoyable. And if you continue on, I can just catch up next week, I guess.
one more second before you go. Does Maddie have absolutely any inkling in helping Sean get a place of for everyone, or is she perfectly fine with her little love nest?
Place for everyone? I don't understand.
I'm looking for a large house, like, may not quite mansion, but pretty large, for the entire party to be able to live in. This includes Gitlin, Harv, Alan, everybody. But I'm going to need a little bit of help from everybody in order to actually buy it. There will be benefits. One of the benefits is that you will be able to be trained by Riley in magic. Maybe.
I have a twofold problem. My character has been working for room and board for like 6 months. So A, a little bit of help, not so much something that she has readily available. And B, she lives with a family member who Riley would probably try to kill. So and would at least absolutely refuse to share space with Riley. So problems.
Why?
He's a demon summoner.
Oh, I thought you meant you would.
No, I mean, yeah. He warned me about wardens and told me that they were horrible.
They're assholes. He didn't say horrible. He's an asshole. Anyway, you gotta go. I assumed that was gonna be one of your answer. Farewell. Hopefully, we'll see you next week.
Right. I suppose you can role play talking it out with my brother later. But anyway, bye-bye.
Yeah.
Hey.
All right. So.
All right.
Yeah. Witch. Give this tattoo. Guess she gave you yours. Maybe she gave you this. She's gonna gesture show like the whole of you.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Oh. I just wanted to say he did chip back into human form so he can talk. But
yeah.
I don't know. I woke up. It's weird to talk about it this way, but I woke up on the floor of, I don't know what it was, some big room, and there was a busted out cage behind me, and it had the name Parvis written on it. That's my first
One
memory.
second. She walks over, picks up the paper, puts it down, points to Parvis.
I just read that, by the way. That's yeah.
Congratulations, you're an anti-Alzheimer's rat.
Huh? I have no idea how you'd respond other than, what?
I think my friend, while she was in town giving me this new cool ink stuff, probably made a stop by your area. I guess she turned you, and for some reason left you. I don't know, she's kind of crazy. And that's coming from me, so...
Well, that explains some of it. So I was a test rat then. But I just don't understand what the point of this tattoo is.
It's a mark.
A mark? Like a mark just to say that I'm something, or?
I mean, it's better than being nothing.
That's a good point. But it doesn't have any other meaning because I keep feeling something through it.
Like, it might. I don't know what it is. It's not my working. It
Okay.
could mean giant bomb about to explode in your fucking arm.
He looks at his hand
It
and
could mean she's listening to everything you say. It could mean you're secretly her and you're fucking with me right now. Which if you're doing, God... if that's what you're doing, God damn it, you're a bitch.
he looks at his hand and his expression just jumps from terror from the bomb thing to absolute confusion. So, I've got to find the person who put it on me then.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
I think her name was Sarah. Macleason, Mac something. Maybe
Okay.
not Mac. Pearson. Lena, honey. Remember that girl? What do you mean? The girl with the... Oh, yeah, I remember her. She was kind of weird. Yeah, honey. What was her name? Oh, McLeeson. Sarah McLeeson.
Sarah McLeeson.
Yep.
Well, it's a name, so that's something to go on, I guess.
She's the one who told us that we shouldn't trust the free mages.
I have no idea what... I don't know what that is.
And she's like some group down in like Maryland or something, going against the grain of like the asshole wizards. Thought they might be chill. She said they're actually just as big of asshats. So who knows?
This is great.
Anyone here remember who Sarah McLeeson is?
I remember.
No.
I know you don't.
Yeah. I guess.
Connor.
Huh?
You remember who Sarah McLeeson is?
Sarah McLeeson. Sounds familiar. Is that this game or the last one?
Frederick.
Definitely Frederick. I told you she had an opinion on the free mages. No one who is not in Frederick has an opinion on the free mages.
Oh. Is that what she started calling herself after she didn't become evil?
No.
Free flame mages are Moogie.
All right, cop person. Her.
The what?
Oh, you're thinking Neil?
No, that's right. Neil's the cop. Ah. Who was Sarah McLeeson? I can't remember.
Who was the leader of the high school coven of witches that Riley was in?
Ah, yeah, her.
Huh.
That's why I don't remember her. She's dead. I think. Probably.
Nope.
They're talking about her, and apparently they think she's been in this area recently.
You did not kill her. She got taken by like there was a whole tug of war back and forth between who would get her. The Discordians ended up with her.
Right.
And then we had a player character change from being Discordian, and therefore Sarah McLeeson just stayed with the Discordians. And then you killed her god.
Does that mean I'm her god now?
Technically. But as we've seen, someone else was able to use your power without knowing it.
Ah, shit. Goddamn Zeus. So now's probably a good time to talk about the other thing that I want to do during downtime. I want to try embarking with Zeus.
That'll be a scene next session.
Yeah, that's gonna take a
I
while.
kind of figured.
However, if you want to call everyone together and try to convince them on this whole shared habitat thing, please be my guest. You have everyone here.
Wait, what? You want to say it one more time?
The shared house thing.
Pitch.
Okay, say it one more time, this time without both of you talking at the same time.
All right? Make your pitch to everyone to rebuild your compound.
Alright. Right now or next session?
Right now.
Okay. Let's see. So who am I currently pitching to, anyways? Alright. Marv. Eddie. Kidlin. Alright. Five years ago, I lived in Frederick. I was part of the Alistair clan, a great house of monster hunters. One day, the rest of the clan left due to a crisis while I stayed and guarded the compound. And I held out for a great time with my friends, but the compound was eventually overtaken and burned to the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Illuminati?
Probably.
Okay.
I was planning on waiting on doing this until Gabriel turned, I don't know, maybe 10? Either way, a couple years in the future.
She's 12.
But that date has been expedited. It is currently my goal to reestablish a manor and a clan. The clan was never just family members. The family members and friends and people drawn together to protect people. And I would like to ask all of you to help me. If you all have potential in you for greatness. If you help me get this manor, get it running, there will be a place for all of you there. A place to train, a place to live. The works. And I can't do this without your help. Right now, The offer as it stands is, if you help me pay for this house, there will be room and board for all of you. No charge.
Silent. I don't have any money.
I know you don't. That's why you are going to be receiving training from me in return for that room and board. I'm going to shape you into a man of courage and honor.
And immediately runs away. No, I'm joking, obviously.
I kind of figured this would be a good catch for you, considering the whole scene about I need to become more brave.
Well, yeah, but he's not much of a fighter.
Yeah. I noticed I didn't
you
say
also don't
fight.
know about that. You
What's
also
that?
don't know about that necessarily.
Yeah. I do know, however, that he's not very brave.
True.
Fair enough. What's this? Wow.
What?
Wow.
Look, I am very tired. I am
Wow.
very tired. I got like 3 hours of sleep last night. And all day, classes. I'm stumbling
honey, I
over
love
words.
you. Have another chip for that.
Ugh. I know you feel though. Actually, I'm kind of tired.
I took speech classes too, like literally big speech type. That was a while ago. Ugh. I'm mostly just tired.
Right. So he's got this pitch. Kit Parvis, what do you say?
No, pass.
Central
I mean-
heating, wherever you want it. Not having to sleep in a cardboard box.
How do you know I sleep in a cardboard box?
Sounds good to me. I'm in. Someone needs to stand against these Illuminatis.
Wow. I don't sleep in a cardboard box. I sleep in a.
Also, there are plenty of rooms large enough for 2 people.
Keep me in a cage. I shall be free.
You'll be free. You can go. You can leave the. You'll be able to leave the compound whenever you like. It's a house.
I mean, Parvis, you don't have any money, but
Well, there's this whole thing where it's like, 'cause this is getting like weird and meta for me because both in and out of character, he already has a place to live, but he does want to be friends and wants to help friends, but it's this weird thing, you know? So I'm kind of torn in real life, actually, because I don't know either. What would he do?
really, Parvis, you probably could get the money for it in one go.
Yeah. Kind of.
So, just so I'm clear, you and Riley are going to be living there.
Yes.
And your horde of children.
That's why I'm looking for a large house. Yes.
That you won't let me teach fun things to.
You'll be able to teach fun things to them there because you will be in significantly less dangerous neighborhoods.
Scavenging's fun. Dumpster
On a
dives.
nanny? Not a servant. Not your pet dog.
I never suggested you were any of those things. It might be nice, but not critical right now. I did love the last one. Devastating.
Oh.
Oh, now you made me sad.
Then he died, and he's still the most powerful.
Yes. Oh.
Yes, I have a comfy bed.
I have a comfy bed, and I have a nice pillow to lay on my head, and her name is Madeline.
And the offer's open to Madeline as well. Actually, does
He
Sean
just
know
want to
that?
watch.
Abandon
You
her
just
family?
Right, hold on. Does Sean know that Madeline and Caitlin are a thing now?
I don't know, how open have you been about this, Kit?
I don't know. I mean, she follows Maddie around like a puppy.
Alright, so Sean's just going to make the connection in that case.
I mean,
Hey,
Harvest was there for them for dinner, so.
It's one of the few houses he knows.
Cool, but together
Caitlin, he just
and
wants to
make
spy
extra
on you
mention
as
of
you
that.
guys. He just wants to spy on you guys as you watch Gilmore Girls.
We'll make we'll put two and two together and make extra mention of the fact that there are plenty of two-person bedrooms.
We don't need you spying on us. And I don't need you trying to cut Maddie off from her family. That's mean. Completely
Wait,
heart.
what family?
Her brother?
You can come live here too, sure.
Yes.
More the merrier.
A
This is the whole
great
point.
idea, considering that your wife would kill him.
Wait, has Sean actually met the brother? I can't remember. I don't think he has.
The uncle
No.
brother.
Why would she kill him?
Because some people have lives outside of you, Sean.
What? What the hell does that have to do with Riley killing somebody?
Well, you would know if you knew.
Can you
I
tell
don't
me
know,
so
I
that
just-
I know?
Stop playing dumb.
I'm not playing.
I know.
Sean, here's a chip for walking right into that one.
Yeah, I did it on purpose. I know it.
There's a chip for setting it up so well.
Oh.
You know what, Travis, here's a chip for saying the Illuminati burned down his house. Just rolling right past it.
Oh my god.
Look, I'm sure if Riley and her brother met, they'd get along just fine, or at least talk out their differences, whatever they are.
That's not what he says.
Yeah, well, people say it before me and her, and some of them may or may not be right. I'm sure I'll be fine. I just need to talk. Or at least tell me what the problem is. Nicole is her brother anyways.
Caitlin's going to turn to Eddie and say, Eddie, you know his family's part of the Illuminati. Where do you think they get all that money from?
I get all that money because I'm a landlord of Frederick. Also, my family's not part of the Illuminati. Guess we sort
They're
of
part of an
Like
actual
Illuminati?
conspiracy.
You see the Eddie's face looking like the guy from The Hangover with all the numbers floating around.
right. Yeah, no, we're not part of the Illuminati. We're part of the White Council, sort of. The wizard
Part
thing.
of the Venatorium Brorum.
Yeah. Or the Venatori Umbrorum. We protect humans from monsters.
Illuminati!
Illuminati. Illuminati don't protect people from monsters. Venatori Umbrorum do. Different secret society.
Eddie,
Beneficial
roll
one.
me scholarship.
Okay.
You should probably tag some extras for that, because this feels kind of important.
But it's funnier if he doesn't.
I'll say what this means. This means you have no clue what Venatorium Brora means. It just sounds like a really mean, nasty thing.
You should really
Yeah.
tag. Come on, man. Get at least a 3.
Blame the dice. They keep having me roll a negative. I'm effectively dumber than I.
Also,
My
you have
stats
four.
are.
You have 4 fate chips. Just fucking spend them.
Don't give in to peer pressure.
Yeah, it sounds like
Tag
something
the
the
truth is
Illuminati
out
would
there.
try.
The Illuminati would try peer pressure.
Yes.
Also, that picture or that scene.
Yes.
If X equals Y, then Y.
Exactly.
My God.
Yeah. Tag the truth is out there. At least 3 or something. I don't
That's
know.
not really it. It'd be Wall-Off Weirdo, which I'm tagging to know things. So I went to a goddamn good college.
Let's see. I love weirdo. The truth is out.
Venatori means hunter. Umbrorum means shadow. So this is either the shadow hunters or the hunter's shadow.
Yeah, but he's
We're
still
hunters
a
of
paranormal
shadows.
conspiracy theorist.
Are you
And-
throwing a chip at me?
Yeah,
Being
yeah, you know,
part of the
not.
secret society.
Are you sure you want to be have
Also,
anything?
no, I think Steph has to spend one of her chips to tag that. That sounded like a
have
compel.
spend one of her chips. I'm spending one of my chips. I'm giving you a chip to tag it.
Yeah, GM can tag trouble at any time. I mean,
Counter compel with the truth is out there.
Whatever.
Outcast
Something
Unite
else,
plus
something
is an
else.
argument.
That would counterpel won't really make any sense. I'm just paying it off. I mean, I have to pay it off anyways.
That also makes sense.
Yes. Tag the truth is out there. Get 5. Know exactly what wizards are. Done.
And then
That's more of a perseverance in the face of resistance aspect than I know what the truth is all the time aspect.
Then tag campus legend.
All right.
I don't need to tag anything. I paid it
Whatever.
off.
well, you got 3.
You're good, Eddie. You're good. What's your resources, Eddie?
0?
Didn't
Good.
you have them? Didn't you have them higher than that before?
No.
I want to consider it because that will actually.
Oh right,
play
you get
into-
busy, well off weirdo.
It plays really well into that aspect. So every time you roll resources, just like.
So,
Yeah.
Sean, what's your resources at?
Oh shit! I should pick up contacts.
Let's see. Resources is currently at 3.
Make your resources roll.
Any bonuses?
Nope.
More accurately, can somebody roll to assist me? Like say Eddie.
After you roll, if someone else wants to try to make an aspect to assist, that will be fine.
Actually, one last question. Since Eddie is helping with the funds, can I tag his aspect well off weirdo to boost
Nope.
this roll?
What he can do is he can tag his aspect to see if he has the ability to help you out.
All right.
Not bad.
I am going to tag Fast Adventures of Frederick for +2. And I would like the conclusion of this to hold on a second while I pull up the wiki page for resources.
There you go.
Oh, right, that's on here. Yeah.
Well, if that's at a 5.
5 is superb. So,
Wow.
need one more?
Yep.
Oh, you just need to get to legendary. Why does he own an island in New York?
He did say he wanted an island.
Any kind of one island, yes.
So you bought Manhattan.
Oh, fuck, let's try and chip out on this. Tag high concept, third-eyed Olympian god of chaos. I've accumulated
How is that
treasure.
getting you money?
Chaos theory.
Because I have accumulated godly treasures.
You accumulated godly treasures in
actually, no.
the in the past adventures.
Better, no. When I killed her, I inherited the mantle and everything that came with it, right? That includes the Demoscene. There are treasures and relics and valuable things.
It does not include her Demis. Only the mantle. Only the mantle.
I sold the apple on eBay.
So, you Billy, remember, those apples are
how much I got for it.
Those apples are conjured, so they disappear after a time.
His account mysteriously vanishes afterwards.
Yes.
Roll me scholarship.
Jesus Christ.
It's not good.
I just
So,
realized.
you tried to sell the apple on eBay? Did not work.
I just realized an aspect.
So, unfortunately, that chip does not go.
All right. I'll tag.
Eddie, are you trying to help out?
Yes.
Excuse me. Ew.
There you go.
But you're going to need more than a 2.
Oh.
You should tag
I
well
tagged
off
well off
weirdo.
window.
I mean,
Sean, you have a free tag on the aspect. Eddie has money.
I shall tag that for another +2. And then I would like to tag Supernatural Detective. Side job. Accumulated side money.
Yeah, no, not side money from epic to legendary. No.
I mean, I can help, but I don't want to be indebted to a dragon.
Come on. We are literally one short of owning a fucking island.
You want an island that badly?
Kinda, yeah. Although, to be fair, half the reason why I want an island is because it gets Zeus off my back for a while.
As long as it's not that one haunted island, or whatever the island is.
We'll get a nice one.
Yeah, it's Plum Island. No, yeah, you'd never be able to afford that. Like, even with billions, because I don't think that's for sale.
This is what you have to remember about having a house on an island. Transportation is going to be a bitch.
Yeah, you would need, like, a ferry from your island all the time. Or a bridge built to it. And even then.
Solid point.
I have been on a bridge in, it was like monsoon weather. Not really. It was just like really fast winds. It sucked. Don't do it. Hmm.
How much ever would it take to set up like teleportation magic? Oh wait, no, I got Demoscene. I have Demoscene. We can use that to get off and on and off the island.
Okay, you can. Are you going to be the eternal ferryman in your Demis? Opening up a garden?
What? I was more thinking like the setup that the dragon had in Frederick. Kind of.
You mean just buy a smaller building and then make a like space inside of it however big you want? I mean, you can.
I was more thinking one door in the house. Oh, when you open it, leads to my Demoscene. Hallway leads to another door. Door opens out somewhere in New York.
Good luck with that.
I don't know. I don't fully understand how that works personally.
I don't either. That's what I'm saying.
I just know that. Yeah. So, Brandon,
Yeah.
would that be feasible?
What?
Having my Demoscene set up that way?
Nope.
Did still do that.
Darn. All right. I'll sell for Epic. They're really nice mansion.
I'll settle for epic. Oh my god.
Yeah, nice mansion. Plus, moving service. Actually, I suppose this leaves some funds left over to actually have hired help as well, which is nice.
Yeah.
Include that as part of the sort of, extra somewhere between 9 million and some smaller number. Yeah. The
Hey, you got
extra
that.
somewhere between $0 and $9 million.
All right. You got it. So I think that's good for this evening.
17 cents.
Next session, I can try and deal with Zeus, and we might actually get into what my Demoscene looks like. Spoiler alert,
Maybe.
it's probably going to have a lot to do with training. Training room.
Okay, you're
Sean has
Demoscene.
Sean has relatively military. He likes to fight shit.
Militaristic.
Militaristic. I won't say mind so much as viewpoint, maybe. He's very training intensive. So to speak.
I choose to
I'm
believe.
fumbling on this.
Well,
Fumbling
your
my
time.
words.
This was cool, but I got ahead of it, guys.
Yeah, I need
Yeah.
to go to bed too. My entire
Good
joke
night,
was
everybody.
going to be looks like Unlimited Blade Works.